Hello everybody. I think I'm just about ready to get started. I see something's weird with my Stream Deck again, where it just refuses to detect what I'm in. I'm gonna have to update it again or something. Give me a moment, I have to manually switch scenes. It also didn't start the stream either, so almost didn't record it, but I caught it this time. Anyway, let's chat for a little bit. So we are essentially just doing a bonus stream. We'll see who's around. And yeah, it's drop rate week. I'm probably gonna do a little EN4 while it's in there. But otherwise, if we see Dango, we're definitely helping Dango. One day we will get that wild Dango to get that lame to Argent. Persistence will eventually pay off. But for now, let's do some warm-up runs. Hop into things. I went to use the Stream Deck to switch scenes, and I was like, oh, right. Short-term memory. Totally forgot. Yeah, there's something very wrong with OBS and the Stream Deck here. It's really sad. Anyway. We're just continuing on our little soundtrack today of Trinity Souls of Zil. And I guess I'll do some warm-up runs with the Sky, Phonuman, while we wait for people. Yeah, whoever's around will do whatever hunts they want. Otherwise, I'm gonna warm up with some EN4. Oh. Welcome, Marco. So what would you like to hunt, Marco? I was about to do some EN4, but I can be persuaded to do whatever. I did try to start a little earlier today so that we'd be able to join. But it worked out. Welcome, RemoteBattery. Anything is fine. Well, we'll warm up with EN4 then while people come in, and then I'll switch over. Sorry to hear that you're in pain though, RemoteBattery. Thinking at least until the point that this character levels up, and then if nobody else shows up, I think I can think of some two-man quests. Mine was too long at Chick-fil-A, oof. Sorry to hear. Don't mind me, I'm just winging what I'm supposed to be doing here. I think it's working. Don't mind me, I'm not even gonna look at the mini-map or the enemies, I'm just gonna believe. Like right here. There we go. I go back for that tri-fluid since we're down a person. Otherwise I'll probably use it anyway. Be kind of annoying when you go to fast food places. Although, as a personal goal, I've been avoiding all fast food. Let's see. A lot of the past couple of years I've been learning to cook new things so I don't get bored of meal selection. Heck is on stomach is disgusting. If you weren't avoiding it, what was my favorite place? Probably Checkers. There's one good Checkers near me. I am probably infamously known in my area for absolutely despising Wendy's. I did not like it then. Do not want it now. Family also used to enjoy a lot of McDonald's and stuff like that, and I can tell you that I did not. That kind of helped me move away from that kind of stuff. Also, that feeling when you're out of TP, but you don't want to use dye fluids to check those. Is what it is there. Do 2 more, and then we'll switch it up for Marco. I think Marco said they were looking for mostly spread needle. I'm sure we could figure out a quick spread needle run. Even if it's literally just EN4 completion. But at least I could say I did an equivalency of box run after not doing it for a while. Which, to be fair, back when it was Anguish 10, I did used to do it on Hucasil. I remember doing streams where I started with her and the Ucast that way. But it is what it is. Yeah, it's kind of from that philosophy where if I feel like I can cook it, I really don't want to order it at a restaurant. I don't know if other people have that philosophy. Like, I'm not gonna order like a grilled cheese or pancakes at restaurants. I'm like, if I wanted that, I would do it at home. I'm sorry. I'm not paying you money to do this. It's just some of these things are really not all that special to bring it to the people buying them. They're not very difficult. Now, if it was like specific cooks of like chicken or something like that, I'd be more understanding, but yeah, I'm kind of like 50-50 on quesadillas. I know how to make quesadillas. I don't enjoy the full process. That's also the other thing. If it becomes like really tedious to make as well, then that would put it back into the category of that's what I would get it for. Right, like a lot of people are not going to spend every single meal making their own pasta from scratch. Sometimes it's okay. Box pasta is okay. Oof, that feeling when a caliber did actually drop, but it was worthless. What a shame, chat. I feel like walking over to that caliber just to see what it was. Oh, thank you for the tri-fluid. I'm gonna go look. We're gonna reset one more time, but I'm gonna look at that caliber. So what was this caliber that didn't pop up in here? Oh! That would have been like an amazing rare item. What a shame. Man, if those kind of stats were like on hit percentage and the rest was on rare items. Anyway, last one before we switch over. Yeah. Mac and cheese is another one. You'll never see me order basically any pasta dishes. I've actually gotten to the point where I don't like pasta dishes at all anymore. Like a lot of Italian dishes, I'm just like, I'm not gonna buy this. It's like, some of these are really not that hard to make. Just, I don't know. It's like, if I'm gonna go out, I'm like, really? Pasta? Welcome, Calvisham. I mean, if it's like pasta with something, it makes more sense to me, but I just couldn't imagine going out and being like, you know what, I'm gonna spend like $15 on today? Fettuccine. I can't picture that. Or like mac and cheese. Like, I'll still eat mac and cheese specifically, but I've definitely gotten tired of what I'll call it like restaurant filler food, where they'll just have like this massive helping of pasta and it's very bland most of the time. And I've since then just absolutely loved it. Also, I forgot to do the wall check, my bad. Brain was off earlier. There, I did the wall check. Targeting's a little off. To be fair, I have zero visual cue for what I'm doing. Dude, this is the downside of using the technique menu versus quick menuing. You have so much less time with the actual minimap. That's better. I'm really gonna run out of TP. I am. Goodbye, die fluid. Being too exciting on the floor, sadly. Okay. I'm happy, I got my levels. I'm gonna teleport out, I'll switch in so we could do some spread needle runs for Marco here. The warm-up is over. I'm trying to think which would be a better EN4 ID. Started in just a moment. I'd like to challenge my assumptions. Not a lot of bulk clones. Is it still technically ID? I don't think if I could get away with Ramar. Maybe. You know what? I'll try this once with Ramar. But I'm gonna bring in Brand's launcher so it equalizes the damage a little bit. Because it's like, I don't do Jack against like half the enemies anyways, of course, in this area. Hope you're doing well, Calvisha. Thank you again for the good luck. I'm not gonna lie, I did like a double take just to make sure I wasn't in like anguish. This guy. All these dark percentages. Get that Excal. Yeah, we're waiting for Dango. Although if Marco wants to go for the Excal too, that's also fine. Uh-oh, that wild Dango has arrived. The Danganator is here. Excal it is then. We'll do one run at least for Marco. I don't want to leave Marco hanging. I want to be neglecting, but to be honest though, Dango has been trying to get this Excal for months. So I try to pay attention. I don't always succeed as a streamer, but I'm like, there's certain people I know what item they're hunting for. So if I can remember it, and I do try to write it down, I'll go into it. But yes, we'll be bringing in some nonsense for Dango. This guy is so geared. Just like looking at him, just like, okay. It's a little expensive. Being graced by Dango's buffs. Oh, that damage is dumb. Can he do it from... No. It's like, I know level 15 has less range, but I'm always like, can he still do it through the doorway? Oh, photon drop. Look at that, rewarded. Oh, the photon drops in the waterfall? Ew. Ew. Right, chat? Ew. I have to actually go there? That's not supposed to happen. What a terrible curse. I think this is the first time in, like, probably unironic, like, literally unironically in over 100 runs, that something has actually dropped there. That's why I was, like, checking the map so confused. Oh, like, wait, something actually useful dropped over there? Get out of here. Well, unfortunately, I think I gotta hit this to get to the waterfall, if I remember correctly. I so rarely go there. Oh, you know what? Blue, I think, was just for the outer ring. Never mind. Purple's from the waterfall. Yeah, never mind. But I still need to go pick up that PD. I will find it, chat. It's deep in that waterfall. Oh, some of the boxes were missed. Okay. Oh, we fixed that. Out of spite, I'll deactivate that purple barrier. Well, chat, we're at the 1 PD an hour. For the next 40 minutes, if I get nothing, it's fine. Ooh, that damage is so good, chat. Honestly, I'm really contemplating sphering a machine brands launcher. I would say pre-Dango runs, you could go check the VODs. I actively avoided mines because I played characters that I did not enjoy playing there. But I think with the advent of RBR introducing me to new quests, it's been better. Oh my gosh, that damage is stupid. What a character, chat. Easy, just do 2k. Look at this damage. What are they gonna do? Nothing. Get out of here. Anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and speed up the run a little bit, chat. Don't mind me. Ramar actually getting to do Ramar things, how rare. At least on my stream. I guess it's common occurrence for Ramar players, but... I guess I could take this to the face. Wait, you can actually dodge that trap? I never knew that. I'm gonna do the ult clear for them. I want to check these boxes that are over here. And perish. Damn, that's so good. Okay, so my defense, I did the box check. RemoteBattery says, I'm not sure if I asked this before, but does the percentage in dark just mean 100% more to dark enemies? So, from the context of the weapon, it is a massive, 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 massive boost to damage dealt with the weapon. This will include your grinders on the weapon itself, so the weapon damage is multiplied, not your total ATP. But it also impacts if you have like red ring or deep parts that boost your strength, since for whatever reason those are also included in the calculation. So just if you're wondering why it feels like your spread needle potentially does more damage even though its weapon damage range is quite terrible, yeah, it's probably because you have some decent red ring or other bonuses that get pumped by it. So it is insanely good. My mech guns are bad besides type ME to sphere, indeed. Welcome, HellCleave. Yeah, so the Brand's Launcher has really high weapon ATP for a shotgun, right? It's, I'm gonna say like 40% more offhand than like a charge arm, because it's in the high 300s compared to the 200s. So it could be quite devastating. So because you can sphere it, put it 100%, you can essentially just combo kill everything with high-end rangers. Yeah, Master Raven gets sphered every now and then. Yeah, HellCleave. I was thinking about getting a machine brands launcher. Genuinely. I think because we're running out of mines. Yeah, see, if I crit there, that actually would have combo killed. It's completely disgusting, the damage. Like, I'm doing almost legit 3,000. It's kind of gross without critting. And that's with the normal attack in there. I'm still almost breaching 3,000 without crit. Perish. So you can see I'm doing 1,800 on a crit. So it's like, if I crit twice, everything dies in ruins, period. I think maybe Indie Belwer survives that, maybe. Yeah. I was just thinking about if I wanted to add other percents to it. I have a spare Baran's launcher, I think with 50 hit on it already. I always look at it in my share bank. I think it is hit percentage. I think I talked about this on stream before, but I went to go, like, add hit percentage to, like, my Bringer's Rifle and Baran's launchers. And I didn't realize the first time when I rolled it that it could fail. Like, that's how well it went. And I got confused when I went to do it a second time. And overall, I think I had one failure, which ironically was at the 80% chance of success. So it was like I sphered it, or upgraded it to 10% hit, then it failed the next time, and then every other passed. So I just have like a ridiculous number of photon crystals from when I saved up from one anniversary event, which, by the way, everything goes back to the anniversary event. You might notice that's also a trend, by the way, chat, when you hear me talk about these things. But anyway, thanks to the anniversary event, it was really easy to get a lot of photon crystals, and I was using them to get last swans for my characters, as well as a lot of basic starter gear. So a lot of my first Centurions and last swans and my Master Raven singular, because I already used one up to make a twin bird, which I regret. All those came from anniversary event indirectly. So I just ended up with like 80 something photon crystals, especially when you run a lot of blue ID. Oh, I'm so dead. Oh, I got freeze trap. Never mind. Spared mercifully. I should have died there for sure. I guess I should just go for heart attack there. I'm just not used to hitting all the time. It's a weird concept. When you're playing Force all day, you're like, oh wait, that's right. You can just hit as a Ramar. You can just heavy special every room if you really want to. I might as well as. It does damage. But anyway. You gotta space the second climb. Yeah, I was also thinking of making an S-Blade. Just to have on one of my other characters, so I just don't have to swap as often. Ouch. So anyway. The downside is I don't have a Baran's launcher that's strong for machine, is where I'm going with it. Like, I could sphere it, I guess. It's not like I don't have spheres. But honestly, if we go more than, like, one more session, and Dango does not get this lame to Argent, I'm going to sphere it. Dango will force my hand. I'll be like, you know what? we're doing mines more than once in a millennia. It's time. Then I have to think about in the future if I want to sphere it with anything else for convenient reasons. Like, what is machine also good with? Is it gonna be another machine dark or something? Technically, I can make it fill in the gap of stuff I don't have and make it machine ABs if I really wanted to. I technically play a lot of caves, but I don't think caves is very hard. Where I kind of want to make sure most things in mines die instantly. So what would be the HellCleave take? Would you put another Baran's launcher out there? Should I get a third one just for ABs? Save that other one with the free slot. I've been run over. There you go, you heard HellCleave. So we have a new stream goal, I guess. I think I have enough to instantly do machine. I think I have 2 photon spheres left and 5 photon hordes. Should be enough for machine. Then after that, I'm not sure if it's enough for ABs, so I'd have to count. Depends on how many floating PDs I have. You know what's really sad? I do so much Xrd that AB's Dark would still be worth my time. Because I really do play that quest more than almost any quest at this point, unironically. It would be quite something. Anyway, it was nice to free this character from his unused jail. I'll have to keep that in mind. did actually like playing the Ramar there. He was technically the first character I made. He's not the first character I succeeded with, but thank you, Ramar, for getting me out of early Ultimate. Use AV Centaur. Plus episode 2 stuff, Siva 2 kinda. Okay, so we get a run. I'm happy with it. I mean, we got like over 100 XP a second. I can't get mad at that. Oh, there's charge arm. I can get mad at that though, not having good stats. I think we can all be disappointed in the game just then. Yeah, it was actually what we'll call solid XP. It's obviously not as good as like a pure XP quest, but it's like your above average quest XP. Even for going for slightly more niche items compared to the quote-unquote meta. Just as a B502 there. Of course he does. But you also heavily resist, because I know when I'm playing Falls, which characters are serious about Falls when I put that in there. I'm like, listen, never again will I ever die to Falls. It's being put in there. Okay. I think it's time to bring damage. I did put the brands away, right? Oh, paranoid. We'll have Force Dango. Let's see if we could get him some fun stuff. I feel like I haven't played Tankus in a while. I actually really like playing him. I feel like there's almost no area I wouldn't play him in. Rockcast is fun. Slowly joining me in the high ATP classes. Well, the issue is, like, if I don't play Force, usually nobody plays Force. So that's where it kind of came from. Because if you look at the characters I made, I didn't make a Force until, like, my 5th character, technically. Just happened to be what it is. And again, like, the first time I played GameCube, I thought traps were kind of terrible. Because, like, they didn't really have a good detonation. Then I got my first cast on Ephinea to Ultimate, and I was like, oh, this character's stupid. It's like, why don't I have this more often? I was like, oh, the traps actually do stuff. You know, and from there we learned about all the gimmicks with the fire traps against slimes, etc., etc. See, his damage is like a little off. It's not a machine charge arm, right? Oh, it is. That's still disappointing. Oh. Don't have a teleplay. Oh well. I'll complete the run as is. I was gonna go back for the Brands launcher, but it's fine. Oh right, he kills instantly. Disregard. Ding 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 ding. Alright, somebody else is gonna have to put down the teleplay. I think I'm so used to doing RT, I just don't bring teleplay. Because honestly, that's probably the last time I used this character. Like, why would you bring it with you normally? It doesn't. Rip Marco. That's his fault for walking back into my attack. Listen. You could have just walked anywhere else. He would have been fine. Come to me. I don't have a telepipe and I don't feel like walking to the other end of the room. Right, Chad? I actually caught up to them. That was a good call. I caught up. Yeah. Out of here. Has the Excal become the new PGF for Dango? You mean what he's hunting for? Yes. Dango will receive eventually. Although he'll need to buff Marco up at some point. Marco got bopped earlier in the center room. There we go. Yeah, QCast is always kind of a character I wasn't sure if I'd like. I always played with friends that played them back in GameCube days, so like I knew they were strong. But I never got to see like endgame QCast. Oh. Yeah, Dark Flow was definitely not a thing. Nicely done. I think at minimum I could make a machine brands launcher. I just don't know if I want to put A Beast on it or on another one. Blue barrier, nice. Casual yellow ID value. Everyone should experience the flow in tower. I don't think I've used Dark Flow yet in tower, honestly, either. I've seen where I could use it because of the things that reduce you to 1 HP. But I've never actually, like, tried. I'm usually Ranger or Force when I go there. Same one, so less switching. That's fair. That was such a good freeze trap. Get out of here. It goes this way. That was a less good freeze. Well, welcome Tekkium. Hope you're doing well. Oh, I forgot Shotgun loves the snap turn. See, that's what happens if you don't play Ranger for a while. I was like, why did I just turn like that? I was like, oh. Shotgun does whatever it wants. I guess that's fair. Come on. That was a massacre. But yeah, honestly, Next time this kind of quest is in rotation and RVR, HellCleave, you gotta play this with us. This in Scarlet Realm 3, I think you would enjoy for value. Super Dead Brands. Barely lived that. Thank you, die mate, and then heal from Dango. I am shocked that didn't turn to autocorrect the aim. I swear I was looking at it. Goodbye, enemies. I'm now trying to desperately remember which character did my quests. I wish there was an easy way to tell in like the character reader or whatever who actually completed East Tower and West Tower. I want to say it was Static Thick. I want to say that was who I did it with. But it has been many, many, many months at this point. Yeah. Take a brief look. Because I have a Baran's launcher sitting here. That's why I'm making comments about it. Here somewhere. Yeah, see, I already have a 50 hit. It's just sitting there. 50 hit caliber in the shop. Ooh. Big oof. Yeah, see, it just needs a buff. So I would just take a 2 why do I have 75 crystals in my bank? I should put those away. There are 2 photon spheres there, and I have 5 hordes. So I think that'll work out. Because, right, it's 3 photon spheres, and then how many PDs HellCleave? Is it 20 or 30? On top of that, to get it that last 10%. I always forget. We'll keep playing while we have Marco, but when Marco goes, I'm upgrading. if we don't have Blame to Argent by then, I'm upgrading. Although I will get Baran's launcher this time. I think, like, if I did more solo cave runs with actual ATP, I could see myself actually getting the Baran's launcher ATP. But the problem is, like, I do solo force caves, whereas mines, I do actually do a decent amount of ranger in the machine. I do way more dark, though. It's like, the scale is like 80% dark. Maybe like 10% native or 50% native. I'll bring this for now. Yeah, I'll probably grab 30. The other issue is that I have to grab 99 to make a sphere and then do all that again. So it's like, it's very tedious, so I'm gonna wait a little bit before I do that. You know what I mean? It's like, ugh. At least I have enough floating PDs that I'm not worried about it. So that would put me down to 3 photon hordes, like 10 PDs. It's fine. If I want to start doing challenge mode, I'm not like completely hosed. You know what I mean? I think that's like a good barrier. Goodbye, enemies. Yeah, I can see like it's just not able to combo kill without the buff. Jim. At least this will give me a good basis of comparison between the two of them. Photon drop? Wow. Well, chat, if I don't get anything for the next hour and 20 minutes, we're still on pace. Take those. Goodbye, Mr. Barans. Do not want you. I can't tell if gap in soundtrack or music actually paused. Apparently just paused. Yeah. Because I think what'll be nice is, like, if people want to just borrow, like, people that I have been playing with for a while, if they want just to hold the brands and murder everything, I could just give them the brands. Like, I know Chris, for example, doesn't have any sphered brands launchers, but he loves Rawcast. So, like, I would rather he use it, kind of thing, in these kinds of scenarios. I think it's important for me to do it at some point. Sniped. Who's looking for mags last time? That was Dango. That wild Dango was looking for mags. It is just silly how much damage this does. I was gonna say, funny enough, HellCleave. I guess if I'm truly preparing for endgame equipment, I'm going to need a couple of Rappy mags. I'm gonna have to procure them at some point. And they can even be misleveled. I don't think it matters. No. Divine Filter. I think I have every other ingredient for it except for that. So if you end up messing up a mag, HellCleave, in the future, I will literally just pay for it. So, just FYI. I'm not in a rush. I still need the Heaven Punisher. But my goal is to maybe go for it during Anniversary. I don't know if I'll play Anniversary quests, but I might go for it during Anniversary. Maybe. I already have 2 with them. Oh, you already have 2 Divine Filters. Oh, okay. Perfect time to... Oh, I don't want to do Forest for HP. But I will do Virtual Limits for HP. Because I'm just doing Heaven Striker. I would rather get off chance Heaven Punisher that way. If I'm going to get one. Oh, you meant the Rappies. Oh, okay. It's okay. We just assume HellCleave is loaded at all times. That's how it works. Mm-mm. I gotta learn where the thing is at some point. It just always explodes. It has to be near the start of the room, given how fast it dies. One day I'll figure it out. Yes, well, I'm assuming I didn't get rid of all my Caduceuses. I definitely have 2 select cloaks. Spoilers. Spoilers, that's the only one I'm not worried about. And I don't remember what the other ingredients are other than 2 Rappies. Purple ring? I think I have 1 purple ring. And if not, it's not really hard to get. Like, oh no, let me just S rank real quick. Double S rank, excuse me. How dare I besmirch the ranking you need. Yeah, but I'm in literally 0 rush because I don't have it yet. Come to me, perish. Yeah, I feel like during the event to help, I know Chris's big hunt is SJS. If Calvisham still played, he would be doing SJS. So maybe for Calvisham we'll do SJS. Do it for Calvisham. Damn, did he really get photon dropped in the Citto Red Room? That's brutal. One day the game will be kind to Dango. Yeah. Unironically, like, if we had, like, all the... I'm not gonna call elite players. If we're playing with people that have played for at least a year, right? I feel like we'd be doing Twilight Sanctuary right now to get Heaven Punisher, while also getting V502 and other BS. But we need a 4-man squad. Like, that is not a you casually walk in with 3 people kind of quest. And it's not like we do it a ton, but it would be like a one-of fun of for like 40 minutes. Because honestly, I was looking at the enemy counts in that quest the other day, HellCleave, and I was like, wow, even green ID isn't terrible here. How'd that happen? Wait a minute, they still get an Uber and V502? Interesting. Although, I have to pick up the caliber just to check. Disappointment. I eventually need to get money from the bank. Slowly going bankrupt. Blame the inefficient charge arm. Thank you for the good luck parameter. Yeah, Twilight Sanctuary is one I want to run, but we need like a committed group. Although I think if potentially starting next Friday, we might do some challenge mode episode 1s to get people some weapons in preparation for anniversary. Yeah, Virtual Limits 1. Probably gonna be my quote-unquote go-to HP quest. But honestly, I played it the week it was out and already got hit Heaven Striker. I literally have gotten better Heaven Strikers from doing that quest than like hundreds of hours of episode 4 already. So at least I got to say I have my first ever episode 1 Heaven Striker and it had hit percentage. Therefore it was worth it to me. Either after this quest or the quest after this, I'm gonna sphere up a Brand's Launcher. Tempted to make an A-Beast one, but it makes more sense for me to do that if I'm playing Viridian Rocket Seal, the Xrd. Otherwise, I don't usually do cave runs. I've given up on those a long time ago. I'm not interested. Shot here, so that way the charge hit right there. Nice. It's technically even B right now. Oh, that slow-mo messed me up actually. Still got it though. I move my purple phoneme into mine for vices. Oof. Pull up to free HellCleave. Oh my gosh, I actually almost trap shoot correctly there. Almost. To make a rare deployment, yeah. That's such a troll drop. Every time. Oh. Wow, Marco found one. With how much hit? 35 hit total. Whoa. Whoa. Man, Marco down. Wow. Marco's like, damn, I chose a good game to join. Holy. And a no 2000 bazooka. What? What is this? Oh, holy. Wow. Somebody won the slots today. Holy. Still no spread needle? It's okay, you don't need one. You don't need one anymore. Holy. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, the samba sound. Hell yeah. Wow, that was crazy. What a same room. I don't know if that was same wave, but wow, that was outrageous. I hope somebody goes back and clips that. Actually insane. Well, Marco's done with the game. It's all over. So if we ever felt bad we didn't get Marco anything nice, I think we're good now. we're good for a while. So anyway, HellCleave, are you convinced about the value in this quest yet? Rewarded. Holy. We're gonna make people believers after this. Just run this quest, it's fun. Value. I just want to be 101. I don't feel like I'm being super greedy about this. It's gonna go real. Oh, and a yellow barrier, nice. Oh, yellow ID. Just get casual value from boxes. Don't worry about it. Like yellow doesn't get enough value in this run. Just hold on. Pop some boxes, you never know. Congrats again, Marco. What a way to end the potential day of PSO runs. It'd be pretty hard to top that, to be honest. Okay, we'll convince HellCleave. Well, like, come to the mines without HellCleave. Yellow ID mines. Friendly place. But just imagine how stupid this is during RBR. Like, think of it this way, HellCleave. It's already 1338 with, what, no forecast bonus? Yeah, no forecast bonus at all. So, we haven't even applied the extra 25% drop, extra 25% rare, so they get down to, like, 1 in 1,000. Like, almost 1 in 900 Excals. It would not surprise me if they get nerfed. I'm just gonna be real with you. It really would not surprise me. They're gonna go the way of the, episode 2 Gibbons. You saw my yearly look in this run? It's over. Game over. Aha, I saw where it was shot this time. I did it. I half remembered that I didn't look. I just spun randomly. Figured it out, we're good now. All my Excals have only been from yellow mines. Honestly, not a lot of mine have come from mines. It wasn't until this year I think I got any Excal from mines, believe it or not. Like, my first hit percentage one was Viridian episode 4. My second one was Sky ID episode 4. My third one was Yellow ID though. Spoilers, I might have been doing a lot of Christmas Fiasco. Like a ungodly amount when I first played this game. Still to this day, you can see the forum post where I was in utter disbelief that for like the 40th drop, Zuzu would not drop me a single LNK. Now LNK with hit, not a single LNK. I really want to know the odds. I should calculate that one time on the Ephinea site. Because think of it too, like I did it during Anniversary with boosted drop rate and I still couldn't get it. Like how bad is that? Like, back when it's like 50 drop rate, 50 rare, I still couldn't get it. Holy, so bad. Well, I'm happy that Marco got some payouts. Been putting in some of the work on the stream. Get out of here, Son of Blue. Yeah, I think I kind of regret not doing Mines RBR as much. But in my defense, we did start to do it this year. And every single time that we have done it, somebody has gotten an Excal. I have not always gotten an Excal, but somebody has always gotten an Excal during RBR. And I don't really grind it out. It's not like it's like, oh, I'm doing 3 hours every day until the week is over. It's like I played for 4 hours and somebody got 1 to 2 Excals. So that's a pretty good ratio of time to Excals. Yeah, see, it's 1338 with just 25%. Kind of silly. Yeah, with 3 people, we're spending like a little, like pretty much 10 minutes on the run. Obviously with 4, it would easily go down a minute. Like barely any adjustments. Let alone if I had a brand. I'm just curious what people are running. Ooh, very hard Warrior's Pride. I respect that. Get those level ups. Knight of Coral Advent. Ooh. That is a brave soul. Oh no. Anguish 3 East Tower. Oh. That made me feel kind of ill. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think that was the most disgusting series of words you could put together in a sentence. That sounds so unfun. Oh my gosh. That actually sounds really terrible. I mean, I think with how few enemies there are, it might actually be doable solo. But ooh. That is a commitment right there. Pache's found Vegeta from, is it from Mill Lily? Not what I thought it was. I thought it was gonna say Tallow or something. Oh. Yep, we'll do a couple more runs. And we might do some value quests. Well, chat, I officially have gotten 3 PDs in 1 hour. So, I'm good for another 2. Oh, I don't have to see any drops. I'm good. Stream value attained, chat. Plus, I'm about to potentially sphere something. It's actually very useful. There's a lot of floating cash, quote unquote. There we go. I was gonna say, I'm gonna recognize. I already have shotgun. I might as well go for the cannabins to save time there. One of those things where it should be unspoken rules. Liked our little split a little better there. I'm still curious if Dango will end up getting a Nug 2000 bazooka before it seems like leaning to Argent. I'm really curious. It could still happen. Think you have a Duck 2000 sitting somewhere? Oh no. I have not received one ever so far while playing PSO. Despite this character growing up on like Lost Soul Blade in particular back before it got nerfed. Welcome, Grenadite. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, we'll see if people need assistance. Still have most of Friday to help Dango get a Lame to Argent while it's still drop rate week. Technically, you could also do it rare item week as well for Dango. But this is also where you just get a high number of PDs. But for non-boss related quests, I actually like drop rate more. It's because you will end up getting more average materials as well as photon drops than your rare weight. That's technically the best week for the most part for these runs. Obviously, if you're going for rare monster or bosses, rare item, better. Or if the drop rate is such a high bonus, like 175%, it might not be possible for it all to be used by an enemy. Oh man, I used to remember when they... Oh, Marco found a photon drop. More value for Marco. More! But I remember when they did experimentally, when you used to overflow on one of the bonuses, they used to apply the bonus to another category. So like if you capped out on drop rate, for example, it used to apply to a lesser extent to rare rate. It didn't last very long. But I remember those days, chat. Like, people don't get it, and it's confusing. Like, goodbye buffs. Goodbye buff rappies. A mag dropped. It's a red mag. You dropped mag. Honestly, I think we can agree on... I think this might be the most value we've ever seen on stream. In the span of an hour. I don't think I've seen this many raw PDs from drops from the party. Just... I can't think of another time somebody got two banners like that back to back, and especially like a pretty high hit percentage Excal. That's like... I can't think of many things that would compete with that, to be honest with you. Like, people already go nutso for like 30 hit, let alone like 35 plus. The best part is we don't even know if it rolled with a second attribute. Birdie's already 1k plus, yeah. The best was 1v101 and one run. That's not true, Calvishim. You gotta hit Excal before. That thing is worth something. You made a banner. Oh, welcome, Calvishim. Just for you, Calvishim. I'll go for the SJS this year. More than one joke run. Damn, this quest is good. Probably have to skip later. We're at the end credits anyway. Okay, so up next is... Okiden? OST. Sorry for not participating in the battle. Just listen in on it. Ah, yes. Peaceful village music. That's what I think of when we're in mines. Thank you, random video game soundtrack. You're setting the tone appropriately. Oh, too late. I feel like I'm more likely to get V101 from Grass Assassins at this point. I feel like the Baran's drop rate is actually pretty terrible, but the Grass Assassin rate is actually extremely good. And there's exactly one quest I would run to get it too, which is funny. Hopefully life is treating you well, HellCleave. How's the studying going? I think you're saying you're doing something for an electric exam. I was paying attention to the HellCleave lore correctly. Okay, we'll do one more, and then I'm pausing to sphere. We're gonna get an upgrade just for do it for Dango. When you just want things to die more efficiently. I'm at 44 photon drops, not bad. I'm pretty sure I was at 2 at one point. Oh, it's been a lot overcross. I mean, I guess I've streamed like 9 or so times, and it makes sense because I've gotten between like 3 and 5 PDs now per run. HellCleave says, I need to study more, being complacent, need to be studying way more than I am. Next month gonna be rough for it. I also have my test near the end of the month. Ooh, sorry to hear, HellCleave. We'll cheer you on, HellCleave. You could do it. Huh. I didn't realize Baran's launcher had more accuracy than Charge Arm. I don't think I ever paid attention to that before. Like, they're both 50 hit, but one's 327, one's 333. Huh. I mean, I knew they had more accuracy than Vulcan. There's no doubt about that, but... Okay. Have to keep that in mind for later. Yeah, the one less target and then the slow projectile speed. Matters a bit less when you freeze everything, but it's really funny watching it whiff on stupid targets. Already ridiculous value. Well, I'm glad I did the bonus stream today. I helped people get value. I got my standard daily rate of 1 PD an hour. That's all I need. Welcome, Retract. How's it going? You missed one of the most ridiculous series of drops that I think I've been witnessed ever on the stream. I don't feel like that's an exaggeration. It was almost... I think it was actually more ridiculous than back-to-back V502s. I think Murphy has finally been dethroned. Silverman. Drop. Did Dango get lame? I'm so sorry. We're trying hard. Dango is just refusing to pick it up from Red Sinnoh. We're gonna force Dango to get it soon, hopefully though. We still got another day, at least a drop rate week, aka the best week to do this. We'll get there. Because I've technically already gotten a lame to Argent while helping Dango. Marco's gotten a lame to Argent. So, just need Dango now. Fortunately, I'm cleaning around the house to do, so just lurking today. No worries. Always appreciate the support. If it's just tuning in for a bit. Yeah, I want to make sure that people kind of get the quests that they want. I feel like a big thing, and I think it was Retract that brought this up originally, but a big issue is that people don't feel like they can get the, you know, the quest that they want to do. That the Tekkium? I don't know how to say it, but the answer is yes. I looked at it and was like, I recognize Koei has made some alternate games. That is the indeed it. It's the quest I do for Vice resets. HellCleave. We're gonna save you. Come join us from lame to Argent, HellCleave. Like Tekkium? Is that how do you say that? I don't feel like going back for telepipes. I would take your telepipe normally, but no telepipes. Yeah, this quest is pretty fast. If you don't like 10-minute quests, I think Scarlet Realm 3 is a little better, because it's like a, depending on the group, like a 15 to 18-minute quest. Because you have to go through Mines 1 and Mines 2, so I haven't seen it go below 12 minutes before. I've seen it get close, but I'm sure there's people that speedrun it much faster. And I'm sure once I get Baran's Launcher, we get to eliminate like an entire minute from the quest. That was such a good freeze trap. Get out of my face, Sinnoh. Get outplayed. Yeah, I think I'm with Retract. I do like Scarlet Realm 3 just because it's like a consistent quest. But in terms of like kills per minute, I think this one is still better. I haven't done a lot of official timing, but this one is pretty consistent with 3 people at being 10 minutes. So again, like just imagine if we had 4 people, or if I was using Baran's Launcher, how fast this would go. I could picture this in like the 8-minute territory without very much adjustment, other than just having another player, one of which having a Baran's Launcher. That is pretty efficient resets. So you end up getting like, what, 17 or 18 attempts every 8 minutes? It's not too bad. But in the meantime, you're getting V101s, you're getting box drops here. They're decent. They're not going to be like 100 PD worth, generally speaking, but we've seen tons of barriers and stuff like that drop. If it's a perfect barrier, that is actually worth an okay amount of PDs. It's not just like, oh, theoretical PDs. Uh-oh. Really? Marco, please stop. Marco, stop. Marco. Well, there's so many lame to Argents. Well, Marco, I hope you needed those lame to Argents, because you are getting them. Let me tell you. I just think this is with only drop rate this is happening. Could you imagine if this was in RVR right now? How stupid this would be? You guys would actually be like, why do we play other quests? Like, their drop rate would be 100% on most of these enemies. Because anything that is even remotely close to 60% is capped at that point. It's like, oh, are you at least, are you 65% and above? Yeah, you have 100% drop rate now. And, you know, most common enemies are usually, what, 80% chance to drop? Elites might be a bit less, depending on what they are. Or sometimes you'll see really spammable enemies with awful, awful drop rates. Like the Cannibins can often be bad. Cannibin type enemies, I should say specifically. The Claws don't necessarily have a great drop rate. We've had a change of fortune. Is the fortune past? Dango's time has arrived, almost. Male droid force, or male droid ranger. Wow. The time of the rock house is upon us. Well, means all the future runs are just getting a bonus now. Because, you know, we needed more, according to what you're witnessing on stream. More, chat. More. More. Get out of here, random enemies. One thing I never double-checked. Does forecasts immediately apply the bonuses? Does anybody actually know? Like, now that we have a rare reader, I'm kind of curious next time I look at a Sinnoh Red if it actually applies. Because they are the only rare rate that I actually know offhand. No. No, it doesn't look like it updated. Because I'm telling you right now, I know I was 1338. That number's so close to something. So it's like, of course I'm going to remember if it's not 1338. Yeah, next time we run it. The best part is because the other forecast was so terrible that even if Dango continues to play Fomar, he still gets a bonus. You. Come to me. Perish. Luck material? Okay. Not bad. I was not sure where they were gonna drop, and I should have just backed up if I wasn't sure. I'm like, yeah, they're roughly in the center of the room, but no, they literally are in the center of the room. I think we didn't die there. I was gonna say, how does it feel, Marco? Is this your most lucrative day at PSO? I don't even know what you did prior to joining the stream, but I feel like the answer's probably yes. I feel like you could have gotten literally nothing for 4 hours. This is something that was lucrative day. Certainly something. Yeah, see, it's an 11-minute timer, and we have almost 2 minutes left on the timer. And again, we're with 3 people. I mean, granted, I think Marco has a stronger Baran's launcher. I'm assuming it's sphered, but... End. Nope. Ridiculous. Put this in... Well... I guess it depends. I'll put it away for now. But I do want to make sure this character has... Okay, so let's go Sphere. Till Zero the Brand's gotta unlock the thing first? No worries. Help Marco get a part of Baran's on the other stream for those that missed it. Gotta help our team out. So I didn't get Marco the spread needle, but just it was certainly something. Let's switch to, I'm assuming, normal mode. Oh boy, chat. Trying to remember all the arbitrary quests you have to do for this. Can you imagine if they updated like the character reader to designate if they're able to do like monster building or whatever? They definitely have enough UI space. They could just put it under the character name if they really wanted to. I'm just saying. Future quality of life change. Just let me know if I've done the quest. Excal doesn't exist. Y'all have been lying to me. I'm so sorry, Dango. It's time to sphere. I think I have enough spare PDs. It won't be too bad. Desire sensor strikes again. Marco walks in pure apathy. All the items. Just all of them. Unambiguously so. Okay, so we're gonna take about this. So no matter what I have to do, I have to take a horde to convert it into PDs. I can take the spheres with me. And Varan's launcher is a very safe thing to do, so I don't think it'll be like a hard regret. Yeah, like look at all these stupid Lambda origins. Also, I apparently did not use grinders on this thing, whatever. I'll fix that later. To call the clip like Marco's big payday. Marco cashing in. I saw the My Career one. Man, I forgot about that. I'm not gonna put that in the quest guide. It doesn't do anything. Or at least not in a way that's useful to players. Dismantle a horde. There we go. Hey chat, moment of truth. Is this the right character? Question mark. I feel like I did it with the Force, because I did it with HellCleave. And I feel like I would have picked Static Thick, because it was, like, so random of me to do. Unfortunately, I gotta sit through his dumb dialogue. Okay. Enhanced Weapons Photon. 30%. We're gonna do Moran's launcher. Machine. Oh, fuel sees with a 45 hit. Nice. Give me a minute. Photon sphere. Moran's launcher. Machine. There we go, chat. We're powering up for future mines runs. So all I need to do is get about 300 PDs in value for mines. I think it's doable. That's like maybe one Excal if we're lucky. Just one. Exchange for an item. Yes. Sure. Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh, chat. Just the amount of menuing you have to do to buff this is so annoying. Holy, come on. Okay. Machine. Yes. I gotta go back for other ones. I didn't pay attention to the price that he said, because he said it like 5 million times. I'm assuming he said like, I need 40. I'm just gonna come back with 40. I hope that's enough to get the last 10%. I really hope it is. I really don't want to break a Photon Horde just to do this. I'm gonna roll my eyes if I need to. I'm assuming he said either 15 for 5% or 20 for 5%. And I think either way, we're fine. Bringing all 44. Right, chat? Like, I've had enough. Okay. We're good. The 2 Photon Hordes to do, like, potentially doubles the lore, demons, and still be fine. I think we're okay. Plus, I can always sell my materials. I really need the PDs. I did so earlier, to some extent. Oh my gosh, chat, the dialogue. Stop it. Shut up. Your gimmick is amusing once, maybe. The 4th time, 20 for 5%. That's brutal. Right, chat, that is absolutely brutal. Wow, it's gonna cost me 40 PDs. Ooh, brutal. Well, I guess I could say all the PDs I got on stream at this point have now gone to something useful. Rest in peace, my photon drops. We'll hold off on A-Beast for later. As I said before, I prefer to play oh my gosh. I prefer to play Faux Newman in the caves. So, honestly, I don't really have a quote-unquote A-Beast quest that I would run right now, where I'm Ranger. Do you know what I mean? Like, what else would people... Where would people need A-Beast? Like, maybe jungle? Maybe? It doesn't work on, like, gibbles or plants or slimes and stuff like that. It's kind of annoying, to be honest with you. If it did, it would be more useful. Because for whatever reason, the mini-bosses and slimes are all resistant to enemy percentages, question mark. I don't know how much of that was an actual design choice or just an oops. To be honest with you, chat. With PS, or not PSO team, with Sega team, I have no idea. I honestly don't know if it was intended. Or if they just never checked. So if you ever feel like you don't really do any boosted damage with techs versus slimes and caves, it's because you don't. Here we go, Tankus is here. Oh, Marco's still here. Uh-oh, HellCleave is circling. HellCleave is like, yes, I must murder. I saw this value in mines. It must be part of it. To be fair, I think after anybody that witnessed that, I'm pretty sure everybody would want to join. Maybe that'll be the video promo for the channel. Just join channel, get Nug 2000 Bazooka and 30 plus hit Excal. Fun. Uh-oh. I see it here also. HellCleave is doing the circle. A Jaya of some sort. Ooh, that's a pretty good percentage. Thank you, HellCleave. It even has A-Beast. Nice. Honestly, that's the only percentage I play with. Maybe when I get to true endgame, I'll care about other percents. But right now, I'm like, damn, that worm boss is so dead. That's all whenever you give me something like that, I'm like, yeah, he's going down. I think I should have enough spare grinders. I actually don't keep a lot of grinders in my share bank because I just end up with so many. So sometimes I just actually legit have nothing. And if chat was wondering why I felt nervous about grinders, I actually really did not have that many. So I would need to move some around if I do ES weapons. Yeah, let's see how fast this is with a full man squad with raw cast boosts. Yeah, look at that. We're at 5% rare now, chat. Ooh. This time we got the super Barans. Oh my gosh, it's like 200 more damage. Minimum. Holy. That is a big improvement. Wait, does that mean he just dies to this? I did not mean to shoot it like that. Yes, he does just die to that. That's interesting. Oh, 2,000 on a crit. Yeah, that's a lot more powerful than my charge arm. Or Dango. We believe in you, Dango. Yeah, I'm already doing like 200 more minimum, and it seems like my damage range is pretty big. So it's 1274 with all the forecast bonuses. Yeah, this thing is gross. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying, Retract. I was like, hold on. I need to unlock my true power for mines. If we're gonna be serious about our mines runs, I'm not gonna deal with the brands. That's on you guys. I deal with these guys though. Yeah, see, now I'm combo killing. I couldn't do that before with the charge arm. So that's legitimately like 4 seconds faster every time I need to use it. Like, this is just insane. The damage is just off the charts. Crazy, chat. So I wonder if that means I could still combo kill Sinnoh Red if I get a freeze trap on him here. Let's watch. Yes. Oh, 1500? Sorry, Sinnoh Red. Right, Chaz? I'm so sorry, Sinnoh Red. I'm so sorry. Damn it, 2000. Rockcast is dumb. Praise be to Rockcast. Die, Barans. I'm not even swapping for you. Just perish. 2000 damage. So yeah, I just need like one heavy attack and one crit, and it just kills them. Normal, kind of making up for some damage. So yeah, look at that. HellCleave getting a photon drop. I'm glad HellCleave got rewarded. He assisted us. Might as well give him that bonus. He earned it. Yeah, the forecast bonus is like amazing right now. Like everybody here gets a bonus. Excuse me. Unfortunately, I still didn't bring telepipes. I could have saved like 7 seconds there. I'm so sorry, team. Will the bonus help? Maybe. I mean, Marco didn't need it, but you never know. I am shocked that didn't kill that guild chick. Unlucky roll. Out of my face. Yeah, one lingering Gafoi plus normal heavy or normal special kills the Sinnoh Blue. That's wild. I got excited. I thought it was a PD. Again, I'm not looking for useful items. I'm just looking for PDs. I set my bar pretty low, chat. I think that's fair to only expect 1 PD an hour. No actually useful rares ever. Rip HellCleave. Yep, so now I just gotta gradually earn my PDs back. They're just getting nuked, chat. Holy. Yeah, unironically, with Dango stacking the Gafoi there, it is actually leading to this touch of deaths on everything in this room. Like, the Cannabins and the Guild Chicks don't need it, but man, the Sinnohs, they just even take a little bit, it's just over. Or I guess if I low roll against Guild Chick, it does guarantee the kill. Just the getting actually deleted. Wow. Goodbye. At least I have something to help me potentially if I want to do Fiasco episode 1. Because I've always felt like my my damage against the brands were kind of mediocre. Now I don't feel like that's the case. So again, Chad, imagine if this is even just during XP week. You still get all these crazy bonuses and drops. Room is actually just exploding. saw HellCleave trying to DF. HellCleave's like, no, I've gone mad with power. Nothing can stop the HellCleave. Yeah, honestly, just so good. DF didn't hit at all. Oof. They're dying before the freeze trap even gets hit. Oh my gosh, they're just actually exploding. Yeah, so that was not even 8 minutes. So yeah, so my estimates weren't too far off. Right, because I was saying before, I was like, we're already 10 minutes. We could eliminate a minute just by having another player, and that's before the Baran's launcher. So with a pretty strong crew, we're already sub 8 minutes according to the timer. I mean, from the time it takes for you to make the quest and then do the run, it's going to be a little over 8, but from actual start of mines, it's under 8. Pretty nice. And again, that's without having the telepipe to go to the Barans faster. So like that's another like 4 or 5 second time save in an already not really long run. Crazy. Oh man, I made the mistake of reading the forum again today, chat. I'm so sorry. I'd like to apologize preemptively. I'm sorry I opened general chat. I'm sorry. But I was seeing, well, there's many things I saw in there, but I guess to narrow it down for today's topic, there are a lot of people complaining about running the same quest over and over again, and I found it kind of funny, given that we're doing this quest over and over again. But the way I view it is that even when we repeat it more than our, we'll say, average amount of quests per swap, usually I run it like 3-4 times before we swap. If there's something that like actually impacts the length of the run, I kind of find that exciting as a player, where I'm like, I actually want to see how much better the run is. Like, you got to see a before and after, so we could run this at least 3 times and I would not get sick of it at this point. Just because it's like, now we have like another player, so I get to see how much that impacts the run. I get to watch the DF just completely explode that poor Sinnoh Red. So like, the time that we can do to clear it is already like so fast comparatively. So I think it really just depends on length of run, on about like doing the quest over and over. It was more targeted to people running TTF specifically, where people were just getting mad at people running TTF. Because people are always mad about that. But it's like, honestly, it's like, at the same time, I'm like, are we... I don't think some of these comments could be entirely serious. It's like, where else are you going to hunt some of these items? Like, where, like... Yes, there are a few different quests we can run in mines, for example, for Lamed Argent, but we're still, at the end of the day, doing a mines run. It's very rare that we just get to go, oh, you know what, I'm gonna do episode 2... like Excal, and it's gonna be as likely to drop as mines. Do you know what I mean? I just feel like sometimes we gotta be a little more serious with the comments in the forums. Holy Ray and Red Ring have no other hunts, yeah. It's like Parasitic Gene Flow, it's like you have two options basically for it. So it's like, I'm always curious when I read comments like that, if those people are actually like true endgame people, or if they just kind of casually play and they're like, I got to ultimate once and I stopped, kind of thing. I'm really curious. Put Holy Rain spaceship, buff spaceship. I mean, you're not wrong. There's a lot they could probably put in spaceship to buff spaceship. It honestly needs the love. But it's like, I don't know. The way I view it is that, oh, another photon drop. Damn, Marco rolling in dough today. But the way I view it is more, you know, like I as a player like to see self-improvement, right? Like I'm not gonna be like, oh, you know, you guys are holding back the run. It'll be like, what could I do better? What could I sphere in order to make this run more fun? I'm still in kind of like the exploration phase when it comes to quests, where like we're experimenting with like Xrd and how that works, stuff of that nature, finding out like just the fastest way to do things. So to me, it just kind of, it has a lot of overlap with like speedrunning. So it's like, whenever I see stuff like that, I'm like, they must really hate watching speedrunners. Right, chat? Because it's like, how else are you gonna get good at something unless you practice it a lot? Like, I don't know. And maybe for some people, they're like, well, why would you play once you have the items? And I'm like, those aren't the people that stay on the server. I don't know if we should be catering to some of that, to be honest. Some people are like, I beat normal mode and I'm good. Or maybe they're like, I want to see what Ultimate's about. They play it, and they're like, I don't really know what to do. I don't have a direction, and they kind of quit out. So, kind of take those comments with a grain of salt. But I do find it really funny when I get to see, like, constant crybabying. I'm gonna call it out for what it is, chat. It is big crybaby behavior in that, in the general chat, where they're like, wow, why are they only playing TTF, etc. It's like, well, maybe people are going for Red Ring, or maybe people actually like TTF. Maybe they're leveling new characters. There's like a whole bunch of reasons they could be playing it. I'm like, I don't know why ultimately it really matters when people decide to run. We should be embracing systems that encourage slightly more variety. That I'm not going to disagree with. That's why RVR exists. But at the same time, I feel like people that are trying to say, like, RVR is a way of promoting, like, all quests that are possible to play. And I just have to say, there is almost nothing you could do to buff East Tower and West Tower to make me play. There's nothing you could do to make me want to play something like Mind Offensive. I don't want to play that quest. So for all the people on YouTube that are like, we don't want to watch X and Y quests, I'm like, be prepared to get ultra bored, because I'm running this quest for at least another hour. Strap in, chat. The value is here. I'm gonna take advantage of my mines. Get some value. I'm always kind of curious if they'll ever cross the line of allowing something like Last Swan. Letting Last Swan drop with hit. There is precedent to them allowing items with hit that didn't normally have hit. I'm just curious if one day they'll ever cross that line. That would be like the reason to run Spaceship. Just get hit percentage Last Swan. For those that don't know what I'm talking about, Rambling May is not normally an item you could get with hit percentage. I believe it used to only come from a quest previously. I don't think they could ever do that with Master Raven. I don't know if it would matter with Last Swan, to be honest with you. If Master Raven was allowed to get hit percentage, it's all over. Just like, hold on. Q cast more Supreme. Although watching Fomar also use it would be pretty funny too, I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, Master Raven is like Last Swan, but its ATP is stupid high. So people will use it in single player to just one-shot a lot of enemies. You'll even see like Ramar use it in some runs. Pretty strong. I haven't really had a good chance to play with one. I have like legit literally one. And it's on, I think, Big Berserk. But I haven't played Big Berserk in a while. He needs some love at some point on stream. Wow, they are just exploding. Yep, another sub 8-minute run. Yeah, this seems fair. Again, this quest in RVR we need to definitely do. MR is just a replacement for LNK38. You're not wrong. Sort of inventory here a little bit. Yeah, this character has a 25 hit Heaven Striker on him. Not bad, right, chat? 35 native, 20% machine. Yeah. I think my general takeaway from looking at the Ephinea forum on, not forum, sorry, the Discord, is that there is just way too much hyperbole. It is not hyperbole to say that there is some ridiculous, everybody does this, everybody does that statement, like, almost every day, if not multiple times a day. People complaining about fun TTF, or they'll complain about, I don't know, like black paper deals existing again for like the millionth time in the Discord prior to that topic being brought up. Just stuff like that, chat, just makes me roll my eyes. Glad our Discord is not like that. Oh, I saw HellCleave's damage. Goodbye, enemy. HellCleave said, no, cease to exist, mortal. Yeah, like, I thought about leaving a comment on the Discord the other day to, like, thank people for, like, virtual limits. And then there's, like, people complaining about custom quests and stuff like that. I'm just like, really? It's like, is there ever a good time to just put a compliment in the server? I swear. That is not how I wanted him to aim. Sucks. The curse of the Varan's launcher. Sometimes you just spin around the world. Dango getting foot on drop. Like, I don't even feel like weapon swapping, it just does so much damage. Oh, I missed him with the first shot. A shame. Damn. HellCleave just said no. There we go. Line him up for HellCleave. It's all over. These poor enemies. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe one day I'll go look at the general forum and it won't be people arguing on something stupid. Maybe. We can have hope one day, chat. It won't just be extremely toxic. Oof, I got photon dropped. Well, I am good for, I think, the entirety of the run. If I literally get nothing for another 2 hours, I'm still above average. So it's always the same 5-6 people yapping. I can't confirm or deny that, but I do feel like the people that I will say are more toxic on the toxicity scale do happen to post each time I make those kinds of comments. Every time. And, like, it's fine to participate in the community. I'm not gonna say don't do it, but... like, do people really think it's funny, like, after this many years to do, like, bring back HVR or whatever? And stuff like that. Or remove black paper deals. I'm like, how many years has that been, like, quote-unquote, a joke, in air quotes? I don't know. Maybe one day, chat. If I see anything in there of interest, I'll bring it up again, but I did want to comment on that. Oh, speaking of comment on that, don't mind me. I'm gonna comment on that yellow barrier we're picking up. Okay, I got an okay item out of it. It's like a PD. Dango finding all the maser beams. Poor Dango. As I said before on stream, every time you get a maser beam, just think that could have been a V101, because they're about the same drop rate. Life is unfair. Goodbye. Poor Varans. Actually getting destroyed. Here we go. I'm up for a couple more runs before we mix things up a little. I'm very tempted to pull out a Halloween cookie for Dango, though. The temptation is very strong, Chad. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I'm gonna save it for there. HellCleave got food, have to drop. Thanks for stopping by, HellCleave. Ooh, Marco leveled, nice. I'm worried about getting like 4 hours of sleep at late. Ooh, already here. I'm also not gonna stream super late today. We started a little earlier, but I'll be winding down in probably like much less than 2 hours, like another hour and a half. As I said before, I already got my PDs. Like, I'm good. I made my assortment that I wanted on the stream already. Everything after this is just bonus. So I got another yellow barrier, which I guess I could use for Gazond amps. No worries, Dango. Thank you, Baran's launcher. Oh, your damage is disgusting. Say jokes on you. I'm gonna hit you and the guild chicks. Correct, idiot. I like that they don't really evade very much between hits if you normal shoot them. Special. Boxes. Now the goal is before Dango gets back, get him a lame to Argent. I almost thought that was a Excal that dropped for me, I'm not gonna lie to you. The text popped up and everything. Close. Not quite. I'll take a power material though. Bonk bonk. I mean, I guess this just goes to show how dumb if you just get any kind of buff double rockcast is. Not bad. These 4 enemies. Where is my thing aiming? Game, please. Oh, Dango caught up to us. That wild Dango. I was joking with some people in general, rolling up to 100% on monster parts kind of doesn't make sense if we can't. I mean, we probably should have been able to. I don't like the whole RNG for photon crystals. That I've never liked. And I dislike that they made that worse in PSO too, but that's another story, I guess. Find these droppers. Perish. Just a 2,000 to that one guild check. Goodbye. See, the problem is, like, if I had to put it in a general sense, some people might be memeing, but then other people take it, like, ultra serious, and then it goes into, we're gonna argue about this topic for, like, a good half hour or more. Like, I don't think I inherently have a problem with people, like, joking, like, oh, let's get rid of black paper deal. But then it's like, it goes back into the, oh, why don't we do that? That's a good idea. Oh, why, blah, blah, but it's being serious. Like, those people aren't joking. And I'm like, ugh, every time, chat. It's like, I understand if some people are memeing and, you know, they put stuff in the spoiler tags. Like, yeah, they're obviously memeing, but then, like, they gotta keep dealing with stupid Fallout. Wow, all the barriers, apparently. Well, if we didn't have good barriers before... Not bad. I got like 5 more seconds of buff. This will be fun. Hold on. No. Bad choice. Please. Are you kidding me? Whatever. We got there eventually. All that matters. Bonk. Yeah. I don't even like the gambles and the Easter egg stuff. It's to the point where I didn't even use Easter eggs last year, or possibly even the year before that, to be honest with you. I think I gambled once with Easter eggs on stream in the last 3 years. It's just one of those things where I don't know. Not too excited for the prospect of it. We'll take the Trimate though. Egg is horrible event now. Let's be constructive. What specifically makes the Easter event not as good as the other events? I think it has like a lot of overlap with Anniversary, in the sense that there's a category for new players. Oh, I'm out of free straps. To cash in some eggs for easy items. So it's definitely one of the I'm looking to get started kind of events. Don't get me started on how they keep nerfing every event every year, though. Don't get me started. I think the only event where I feel like that isn't true is Christmas event, because the Omnispawn quests are so good. I can't view that as anything other than a straight buff. Yeah. Again, I would really like to see those Omnispawn quests move a little bit away from Anniversary and Christmas and go to Valentine's and Easter. I think that would give a better feel. That way there's more unique quests to enjoy. the only event from December to August. That's actually not true. Oh, poor retract. Rip Valentine's event. Rest in peace, Valentine's event. Not bad. Yeah, Valentine's event boosts are actually really good, Retract. I'm not sure if you got a chance to play with them. I just got really unlucky with them. Didn't do that much. This is still one of the better way to get love rappies. You're not wrong. That's why I'm kind of curious how HellCleave at virtual limits will eventually let you get the rare rappy. Also, this doesn't sound like the soundtrack to the same game. Last run for me. Thank you, Marco. Oh no, it's still the same game. It's near the end of the soundtrack, though. I thought we went to, like, the sequel, but not yet. Couple more songs it might. Yeah. And it's weird because they also technically have another unofficial event, which is the April Fool's event. Which I don't think I've ever recorded on stream. Ever, actually. Kind of unfortunate. It's usually just never a stream day for me. Even though I stream quite a few days. Wow. Well, I officially can receive 0 drops between now and when I intend to stop streaming. I will still be up in PDs. What a ridiculous day. I'm gonna need those PDs for sure, especially after that grind out. Yeah. And as I said before, it's weird because there are events, it's just that some of them are just not as... I would say they're not as focused, might be the best way to put it. So it's not like there aren't a lot of event mechanics. It's just that it's really hard to say that something like an Easter event is as loved and as cared about as the literal, like, 15+ quest list at Anniversary or, like, 9+ quest list during Christmas. You know what I mean? So, like, that's why I'm kind of hoping that instead of putting yet another custom quest in Anniversary, unless they're replacing something, they should focus on those events. That would be my advice, so that way people have more to look forward to, spread out throughout the year. And, like, they made Sonic's birthday a thing, so do they want to do that going forward? Just call it Sonic's birthday event? Gamble rates are super bad for Easter. Yeah. I would also agree with that. They feel kind of like the inspiration for the badges, if that makes sense, for Anniversary event, where there's the idea that you use them to trade in directly versus like a random gift. So yeah, I'm still sitting on all my eggs. I probably have like 150 if I had to guess. Because you have to think of it this way. I stacked to 99 very early this year in the Easter event, to the point that I kept complaining. Speaking of complaining, Marco, please. Marco, no. Give it to Dango. Poor Dango. So many photon drops. just too strong, chat. Ever since 2 years ago, whenever they added Cell Soup and praising 5-8 gambles. Yeah, I think HellCleave was telling me before about like what is actually worth. Or Dango. You still have another day at least of drop rate up. And again, if this enters our VR, Dango, that'll be when the super happy fun times occur. Then it'll be good. Then it'll be like actual average quest XP, but then also ridiculous drop rate. It's in a red. Yeah, maybe one day I'll play with the stealth suit. I guess that's on a list of items I'm curious about. So many murders. Hunt Dango down. There we go. I'm coming for him, chat. Okay, fine. I'll do something other than my brand's launcher. Look what you made me do, chat. How dare you make me swap off that weapon? That was a good grab. I do feel bad though when I go to the forum and I see new players asking a bunch of questions. And then like there's like earnest desire to play the game and I just see the most toxic conversations sandwiching those questions. Like, I'm so sorry. It's like I don't want to promote my I'm in a weird place because it's like I want to help them, but I don't want to make it sound like I'm just there to promote my channel. It's kind of a weird moral quandary with it. You know, people are asking, like, what items should I get as, like, a brand new character? Or I have 2 PDs. What would be great things I could do in trade value? And I'm like, I don't know if I should say anything. I don't want to be like, oh, look at all my videos. I don't know. That's always felt kind of weird to me. Like, I don't mind promoting videos on my own channel. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, yes, that's what I'm here for people that happen to catch the stream, if they're curious, the answers to those kinds of questions. Is we will answer it in far more detail there than a quick answer on Twitch stream. Not that we won't answer it on Twitch. It's one of those things. Ouch. So it's like, I don't know. Thank you for pointing my guide out to people. Yeah, hopefully we get new players on stream. Not necessarily to like bump anybody out per se, but more just to say, I hope they have the hope they feel like they have a forum to ask questions or get a support from the players that are here, whether it's for like a quick run or gear or something like that. But we'll see, I guess. Alright, so with Dango there, we saved almost 30 seconds. Dango did speed up the run significantly. Yeah, like we were clearing 150 pretty consistently. When it was just the two of us with Dango buffs, it was about as fast as it was with 3 people and my charge arm. We can kind of see the effect of the buffs there. I'm contemplating when to do the quest video. I have almost everything updated. The only thing I didn't do was events. So I'm contemplating if I just don't want to do event quests in that video, and that way I don't have to worry about the moral quandary of will they, won't they destroy Anniversary, and I spend like a good hour talking about those quests and then it's just not relevant, and I get pissed off for like forever. Because I guarantee you, if I do that and they do it, I will be very mad. I will be very mad, like, all event, that I wasted time. I could have been either doing anything else with my life. So, I at least will let them see what they do with the Anniversary event before we do event quests. But at this point, I don't think there's any updates to the quest list itself. I think I've gone through every single quest, period, and have categorized them, where that was not true at the beginning of this year. So I know I made a lot of progress with it, to the point where it is 100% video ready, outside of events. But thank you again, Marco, for joining us. What would you like to do now, Dango? Ooh, I'm gonna stretch first. Two-man Twilight Sanctuary? Oh my gosh. That, I was like... My luck for Excal is clearly not there. I'm sorry, Dango. Thanks for the extra lucky runs today, says Marco. Well, hopefully all those items help you. If you trade them or just use them, whatever you end up doing with them, hopefully they advance you in the PSO adventure. Okay, now we are officially back on Attack on Titan 2. For some reason, I guess because they did Attack on Titan, Koei did, it just keeps defaulting to that. Like, it's like, no, now must continue listening to it. Which is funny, because, like, it's technically next on the list, but it's the wrong Attack on Titan. OST. I'm gonna say Koei. No. No, not the anime. I typed Stop. I typed Koei. I did not type Koisei. I was very specific in my typing. Never gonna be able to look this up. Maybe I just type in game OST. Maybe it'll stop auto-correcting if I do that. It's still corrected. That's wild. Any limiter runs? Always could use one for the Force. Did you ever listen to OG Sonic OSTs? I think we went through literally all of them. I think one day, HellCleave, we sat there. We even did, like, the Sonic... the 3D learnings. All of them. The weird Sonic on a bus stuff. All of it. But yes, Dango, there are actually limiter runs, to answer your question. If you still want to be Fort... Are you Blue ID as well? Wow, and you're Blue ID as well. That is a very convenient set of colors. Let me bring in a character that needs levels. Let's do some RBR. My brain is processing what bank they're in. It's this one. The never-ending Olympics. It never ended. Also, I don't know if I put my brands away. I was only half paying attention. I mean, I don't need it for this run, but it's fine. It's more important I have Native Dark. Machine doesn't exist in episode 4. It's fine. Sure. Bring in a character for XP. Yes, we went through endless Olympics. I think at one point I was in absolute hysterics. HellCleave, there were like 12 Olympic Games. We could not escape it. I was like, Chad, I'm so sorry. I was like, I know we just listened to like 6 hours of Olympics, but there's another 6 hours of Olympics. We're doing the Summer Olympics now. It's like it never ends. Yeah, I think we did the 2D ones. We even did Colors and all those other ones. Miss finding out if we ever bomb for good or for evil. Yeah, no one will ever know. Okay, I'll host the game. So yeah, there's actually an RBR for exactly what Dango was looking for, funny enough. I guess I should Heaven Striker. Does she have an Excal or anything on her? Probably not. Yeah, this quest is a lot more niche, but it is used for limiter resets on Blue ID. So I guess it's good that we show it off. Some people literally reset the first room of this quest over and over. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I 100% read that, like, 2 days ago, that somebody was like, oh, they're like, do you mean War of Limits 1? They're like, no. I just do the first 5 Astarks in this room and reset. And I was like, that's actually monstrous. It's just like, I don't know if I can handle those 1-room resets. That's a bit much for me. But I guess it's very easy to show off that run, if nothing else. I did all that and it did not the Baran's launcher. I'll get there eventually. Yeah, it's funny because the 3D games just went on forever. They completely eclipsed all the 2D ones. They really did never end. It was kind of wild. The Olympic soundtracks were greater than all of the other Sonic games combined, I'm pretty sure. So many Olympics. Alright, I'm actually gonna unironically hit RBR because I don't remember the name of this quest. We'll find out in a moment though. It's not War of Limits 1, so I don't know what the quest name is. Because I'm like, War of Limits 1 is the old Blue ID that I used to do. New mop-up 1. Okay, there we go. We got there eventually. So it's in RBR, so technically it is boosted right now. Ouch. Am I really just getting stun locked through it here? There we go. Also, what the heck is going on with my inventory? Like, why is my healing at the bottom of the list? Absolute wildness. Oof. Yeah, my level's low. So anyway, people will just reset on these Astarks just for clarity. Oh no, a beast, chat. My only weakness, literally. Not MBGT says, it's not my intention to be that guy, but as somebody who's in the market for a new game, what does everybody think of New Genesis? I'm gonna go, I have no interest in the game. I don't know if people have actually played it in this chat. I think Sega kind of lost what made PSO interesting to me for a very long time. I think the last game that I played that was of what I was interested in was PSO 0. Yeah. It's just not the same style of game. So it's kind of like PSO and name only kind of feeling for me. See, it's funny enough I could kill everything but the Astarks, which is kind of annoying. It's the Astar quest. Ouch. You're just a little more leveled. It feels so much better, chat. You have no idea. Alright, that bird is not coming out. I'm gonna believe in you. A lot of people love PSO 2, but Antares flopped when it first came out. Yeah. That is also very true. It's just kind of like... The best way to put it is it's kind of trend chasing. It's not really complete. I'm really not a fan of, like, open world, like, at all, honestly. So, for me, it could not have put, like, more keywords together that would make me never want to purchase it. Like, it would be very difficult. They just have to put the word puzzle in there somewhere. Puzzle platformer, it would have been over. It's the only thing else you could really do. That would have been quite a combo. Yeah. And I think they're kind of emulating, like, modern Monster Hunter, which I don't like Monster Hunter, so the more you kind of go that way with, like, purposely really slow healing and, you know, really kind of clunky animations, I don't know. I like some of the boss design in those games, don't get me wrong, but, like, actually playing the game, no thanks. Not PSO to me. Either in the RPG standpoint or this one. Hello, Limiter. Yeah, I remember trying it on, like, PS2 a long time ago, like one of the early ones, and it just... I was like, I'm not feeling it at all. We just need, like, one more damage dealer. We'll be fine. Oh well. It is what it is. Good. This character needs to level up so bad. Oh, nice. Got accuracy too. That's a good feeling. I needed all of those stats, chat. Maybe I'll finally get to 12 free straps per run. Yeah, some people would literally reset their first room we're in just to get rid of all the Astarks. If you're really desperate for a limiter and like short resets, I guess it's technically viable, question mark? I should probably get that Scape Doll as a new character. Bonk. Yeah, I tried to get into PSO 2, but there were just so many... There are so many reasons for me to quit the game. That even with people that I know playing, like, outside of this stream, I still could not play for very long. I'm just like, I'm willing to try to overlook some things, but it's too much. I really don't like the aggressive predatory monetization in particular. Sadly, that has become very commonplace. Modern games. Yeah, she's still ooh, that's the damage with sacrifice. Damn, look how many. I was like, you know, I'm under leveled when I hit with like 4 sacrifice Excal swings that it doesn't kill a creature. Holy. Right, chat? Like, big oof on that one. Like, what can you do? How many times can you say you hit something 4 times and it didn't die? What is it, Worm Boss? Come on. Give me a break on that one. Babies? It does. Okay, I was like, it felt a bit higher than normal. Apparently my instinct was correct there. Okay, so at least I have something to deal with Astark now. I have to use Heaven Strike over Excal. Yeah, my damage isn't bad here. I'm actually somewhat combo killing them with Silver. Shot. Seriously? You really wanted to auto-aim at that satellite lizard no matter what? Brutal. Rid of those. Oh, I don't know. I think we've had this talk before. It's one of those things where, like, I am not diehard for any company because I acknowledge from a realistic standpoint that all the people that would have developed the games that I enjoyed in the 90s and early 2000s, like really early 2000s, don't belong in the, are no longer in the company. They are that same company in name only. Especially with like really vicious hiring and firing cycles, or how many times like game devs have left the major studios, great indie developer studios. So for me, I have no nostalgia when I hear stuff like, oh, it's made by Nintendo, or oh, it's made by Sega. I'm like, it's not the same people. Oh, I'm never getting a Switch 2. My time of consoles is over. I'm no longer interested in them at this point. Almost the entire library is available on PC. I don't really want to support any of Nintendo's practices with the Switch 2. They're like, they reserve the right to brick your console if you pirate or update things or touch anything or use third-party devices. I'm like, I'm gonna reserve my right to not buy your piece of crap. Just gonna be serious with you. No. A lot of boxes. It's a shame it's like Surface boxes, or else they'd be a lot more valuable. I guess technically you still get photon crystals from them, but... Oh, I would never shiny hunt. Pokemon will never get me. I'm like, I have not had an interest in a first-party Nintendo title in years at this point. I don't play Mario Kart. I don't like Mario Party. I don't like Pokemon. Put me back here? What? Something weird happened. I'm gonna go back through the warp. My bad. I think I ended up going the other way. Oh, I guess the... Yeah, I'm gonna go that way. I guess it makes sense. I thought it opened another warp because we went from warp to warp, but I guess it opened this laser gate. That's fair. Yeah, like, I don't like 3D Metroid. I don't... I mean, what other Nintendo titles are there? I don't like Animal Crossing. Smash is okay, but, like... I'm not gonna get another one at this point. Zelda? I don't really like the 3D Zeldas. $2D Zelda you would be more likely to get me, but that's like one game total. I don't like Splatoon. None of that stuff. Yeah, and it's like I was asking people like honestly genuine questions, like, you know, for the people that were like real diehards of like the Switch, what games did you play? And like a couple of my friends gave me a list, and no joke, like their top 5 games on the Switch, all of them were indie games. I'm just like, what is the point of that? Are you kidding me? I got so annoyed at them. I'm like, seriously? You put Shovel Knight here? I mean, like, it's a good game, but it's not a Nintendo game. Just like, I'm not gonna dispute some of the games on that list, but it's like, I could play that on anything else. Just like, come on. Yeah, like Hollow Knight was on there, for example. Like, okay. Yeah, I think on like number 7 on their list was the first Nintendo game. They're putting Mario Odyssey. I'm like, that's fair. I think somebody else put Breath of the Wild on there. But it was like not still in their top 5. Just to be clear, it still wasn't. Damn, I cannot wait to level this character more. There we go, killing some ass stocks. That Rappy's gonna stop me from stun locking. What a jerk. Man, I had such a good rhythm going. How dare he? I think the other one that made me also mad was somebody put Binding of Isaac on there. I'm like, you play a Switch version of that? Are you being serious with me? I'm just like, come on. I'm like, did they even have it? I'm just like, come on. I think the closest I saw an answer was like Tunic. But even then, I think that's available on PC. Like, you went on that one. I don't know enough about that game. Also, I'd just like to point out, why do they have a bridge here that just leads to a blocked off area? That's really messed up. Why wouldn't you as a quest designer just seal this? There's nothing to do here, Dango. Just wanted to point out how stupid that is. Just like... If we're ever gonna touch up vanilla quests, can we please eliminate places that don't go anywhere? There's the chest there. You hit the switch. Okay, so that should lower either the bottom warp or the top left. Only because this quest has so many different things with it. And there's another switch. It's like putting Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles pretty much in GameCube for it. Yeah. Agreed. I'm assuming it wants us to go over here, although it still says it's sealed. I I mean, I might as well go touch the healing circle. I have no reason to not touch the healing circle. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicle port made you absolutely sad. Also, I'd just like to point out, holy stretch textures. We're gonna take a moment to admire that. That is not. There's no way that's correct. Yeah, there's some episode 4 quests I genuinely don't understand the flow of. I think this is one of them. I don't know what the 2 buttons we just pressed did. The laser gates are still there, despite them sometimes phasing in and out of visibility. Oh, he hit something just now. Okay, we finally made progress. We did it. Free button. Like, why though? So many questions. Yeah, I remember getting Crystal Chronicles on the GameCube. I remember people saying they would get the GameCube for that game. I felt so bad for them. I'll always remember that. Like, I don't remember a lot about stuff I read about GameCube games, but I remember people saying genuinely, like, this is the game that they're gonna get GameCube for. And then I got it as well, and I was like, oh. This game is a hot mess. Gotta get your GVA adapters, everybody. I can honestly see why people reset on the first room on this quest. I'm gonna be real with you. But at least I'm slowly getting XP, I guess. Yeah, like the last Switch game I'll ever consider getting is a remake to Link's Awakening. I think otherwise, I have not purchased a game since like 2023 or 2022. It has been a while. I definitely did not get one this year. I definitely did not get one last year. I got like a collection of games at one point to play on stream, which we might do at some point. I think we went through the Final Fantasy, or not Final Fantasy, we did the Secret of Mana and Adventures of Mana games from that, for example. But I got one, I think, for Saga Frontier as well, technically. Okay, there we go. I want to try the quest again, but I want to try it with the reset, and I want to try a character that can... Oh, PP laser time is over. Damn. I was going to say, I was going to try with Romaro in the beginning. I was curious how it is. I guess I could just do double force, as long as one... Oh, I died. As long as one of us is a force, it's fine. I'm getting run over here. Rip me. Rip Dango. Hopes and dreams. Respawn. Okay. That's fine. I don't really need to get to the end of the quest. I'm curious from the standpoint of the beginning. To me, whenever we have that stupid walkathon, that instantly turns me off of a quest. I understand why I put this on the quest for removal the first time. But from the standpoint of improving the beginning of the run, if Dango hosts as a force, I could also be a force. I'm going to leave it up to you, Dango. If you want to temporarily go to somebody else, that's fine. I'm going to bring in a blue ID force. I want to see how that beginning room feels with just text from my side. Like, if I truly optimize it, how does that first room feel compared to the rest of the quest? Need to start my backlog again. A lot of games I need to finish. You'll bring the muscle, says Dango. Sure thing. Thank you again for helping this character level. She needs a lot of help. Once she gets to like 900, she'll be fine. But she's just like a little too undertuned. Like when you can't kill with 4 sacrifice specials on Excal, that's when you know a character's just slightly too undertuned. But hey, at least I got a level. Thank you for putting up with that. Let's switch to blue ID. We're gonna free our blue Phonuman from very hard mode again. Technically, I could play Hunural into this as well. Yeah, I didn't get too many games for the summer backlog, quote unquote. Why we made her blue ID just since hell? Yeah. The problem is she doesn't even clear CCC properly because every time I find something I can't hell, she can't do anything. Like, she's kind of in a weird state right now. So it's just getting her up to like 120 or so and she'll feel better. Yeah, I think Calvetian wanted me to play Claire Obscure. RE4 is not my kind of thing. Somebody else recommended me Metaphor. Yeah, can you imagine when this thing gets unlocked? Look at this. 35 machine, 30 hit? Anyway. Hello, Angry Fist. Goodbye, Angry Fist. Like, turn-based games is kind of a strong thing. Honestly, I'm not really big into turn-based, but I'll play it for chat. I would 100% prefer active combat. Or if it's turn-based, I want it to be like real fast combat. I generally don't care about turn-based game combat. I like Radiant Historia for what it is, but I can't name another turn-based game where I was like, yeah, I'm excited to do combat. And like, as good as things like Chrono Trigger are, I don't care about the combat in that game at all. If it didn't have it, I don't think I would care. Be like, no thanks. No XCOM, definitely no XCOM. Have you seen Gladius? I mean, for me, I think ship shooting game when you tell me that. If it means something else other than that, I don't know what you mean. Oh yeah, look how butter smooth that is. Yeah, we just needed some hired help here. I guess they just killed this upcoming Astark and reset. Ouch. I guess the answer is no. If Gladius is a new game and not a ship shooting game, I'm not sure what you're referring to. Yeah, I mean, like, I think the thing is, like, I have not liked a lot of turn-based games because I grew up on stuff like Final Fantasy 1, and those have made me really dislike turn-based games. If I'm gonna be real with you, those were the only things I had to play, and they made me very bored. I'm just like, ugh, how I feel about it. Let's reset. Let's do a couple of resets for Dango. It's kind of like, it always has to do the fine line between, is that the actual focus of the game, or is it just a filler between plot? And like, for some games, it is the focus, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I don't really want to go through, like, NES Dragon Warrior, for example, again, ever. I think I'm good. I could go a whole lifetime without ever playing that again. You hear the stupid combat sound every 4 steps I take. No, I'm not sure which game that is then. thought there was a game called like Shadow of Rome that was turn-based, but I'm misremembering it. Not a bad Gyro Soul chance with just 2 people, 1 in 500. They're not terrible. So maybe it's worth killing at least these for Jaya chance for the reset. Yeah, like you'll see me play like Dynasty Warriors games or like Sengoku Basara, which I like so much more. It's not even a contest. I prefer those kinds of games where they're like almost fighting game level. Like I mean, like I played Streets of Rage a lot, and I would play Streets of Rage over most RPGs, no contest for me. If the plot is like really gets me invested, I'll take a look, but most of the time they don't. But I like it when they have different mechanics to it. So I think people were trying to get me into, like, I'll give an example. Mega Man Battle Network, where it's not a very straightforward just mash fight until you win kind of nonsense. But the problem is like, I just don't like the plot. I am super not into the We Enter the Virtual World stuff from the 90s. I never connected with it as a kid, ever. I never went, oh, that's me, or oh, that's cool. I went, oh, again. Like, that was Kid Me. Kid Me had enough. Listen, I was like, I'm tired of being quote-unquote pandered to watching these shows. It's not why I'm watching them. I don't really care about what kid version of the heroes are in your show now. Thanks, executives. Say Barony. Yeah, I'm like hit or miss on roguelikes. I have a lot more fun with like card-based collecting games than I do turn-based games, if that makes sense. Like I had a lot more fun, even though it was pretty jank at points, with dungeon crawlers / crafters over a lot of like what I'll call mediocre RPGs. I like the overall sense of collecting something, and everything I collect goes towards another value, which is why I really like games like Rune Factory a lot more than other games, and I'll probably play Rune Factory again on stream. I don't care about like the relationship stuff ever in games. I've never cared. But from the standpoint of like tying all your mechanics together and ways to get stronger, I think Rune Factory is probably the best example I can think of. Where if people want to do the farming minigame stuff, that buffs your stats. You like trading, it buffs your stats. Do you like healing? It buffs your stats. Like talking to the townspeople, it buffs your stats. You like participating in town events, it buffs your stats. It's like there's a lot of ways you could play it and still proceed. So I feel like that had me more invested because it didn't feel like I was choosing between 2 very isolated systems. We'll do a couple more resets and we'll change it up. Barony sounds familiar. I'm doing a quick look up at the game. I might have this. The art looks very familiar to me. Yeah, it's kind of like, I normally would never play anything like Hades, but I found the voice acting and the characters so interesting that I was willing to put up with a roguelike, even though I did not enjoy the first like 6 hours or so that I played. Which, to be fair, I did almost quit playing Hades when we first played. I will bring that up every time we talk about that. you don't believe me, go watch the VOD. Where I was like, I had to be promised that it got better because I did not like how the combat felt. And then eventually it finally unlocked mirror stuff for me, and I'm like, oh, wow, I got photon dropped instead of limiter. That's brutal. Well, anyway, I got another PD, so more value, I guess. So it's like, I don't like things being overly hard for the sake of being hard. I will not enjoy a game like Dark Souls. I don't like it being like, you messed up once, die. I don't like that level of extreme punish. Poor Zoo. So what we'll do one more reset on this quest. And then we'll compare it briefly from a completion standpoint of where it limits to. And we'll give Dango a nice solid chance of getting a limiter by doing a full quest versus just a few resets. I think that's fair. Yeah, I don't really play a lot of multiplayer games. Like, honestly, the only one that I play is this game. Unless you count Onimusha. Onimusha is, like, one of my favorite games of all time. The only other game I can think of where I actually think it is, like, one of the best games I've ever played was Shadow Hearts 2. Which I guess is somewhat hypocritical for me to say because it's a turn-based game. But at the same time, it has a lot of, like, active things that you do in combat. It's not just MP management, the game. I guess that still counts. And again, I like sliding people around for combos for Radiant Historia. So if I played more combat like that, I'd be more willing to play it. Poor ass star. Oh, I said War Limits 2. I think I meant War Limits 1. I think that's the one with the 70 ass darks in a straight line. Yeah, I grew up mostly just playing action games, pretty much in the PS2 era. There were kind of unique turn-based games, like Valkyrie Profile, where I genuinely liked the story and the concept a lot, even though I absolutely loathed the puzzles. Like, I really did not like the puzzles growing up. I still don't. I still don't. But it is what it is. Hello? Okay, let's do one full quest. And then I guess we'll more or less go into wrap-up at this point. I don't plan on streaming very long. I think there's like a style of games that I used to enjoy, but I don't think I'd go back to now. Like, I played, for example, stuff like Siphon Filter. I liked it for what it was back then, but I don't think I would ever go back to it either. It's like, I played a lot of Halo 2 LAN party stuff with people. Would I ever play it again on stream? Probably not. It's like I just kind of moved away from them over time. Both third and first person shooters. I might consider doing first-person shooters on stream again, but it would be very, very niche ones, like Deus Ex. They would have to be, like, very story-based, and not like Call of Duty. Doom or Ultra Kill. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think I've ever played Doom. Ouch. I didn't really grow up with a PC. At least not, like, one that would handle games. Like, for the longest time, I had, like, a Windows 3.1. Right? And I remember, like, stupid screensaver stuff, like Danger Dan. Or, like, Odell Down Under. Like, I remember some things that were on it. But it's, like, otherwise, like, when we moved into, like, the 95, 98 era of Windows, I had, like, what? Sims 1, Sim Tower, SimCity 2000, Baldur's Gate 1. And that was kind of it. Roller Coaster Tycoon. Like, I did not have many PC games growing up. So for a long time, it was just console-based. Yeah, never played Red Faction, never played... Well, no, that's not true. I played one match of Unreal at somebody's birthday party when they had the original Xbox controller, and I was like... I genuinely looked at them, and they're like... I was like, how do you play with this? They're like, what, you've never seen a controller before? I'm like, do you see how big this controller is? Who is this meant for? I'm like, don't you have a normal controller? Never forget the massive controller of Xbox One. Or, first Xbox, not Xbox One. Never forget, chat. That controller was massive. I feel like I can't remember a day in computer classes back then where people didn't find ways to bring games into the computer class. I feel like that was the true mission objective. If you did not find a way to go to, like, fetch Fido or something, all over. Putting black buttons on the weird side of the control. That massive controller made no sense to me. I never owned an Xbox. I owned a... No, that's not true. I got an Xbox later in life. That's not true. I take that back. But I did not grow up with the Xbox within the first 6 years? No, 5 years at least. I got one, like, dirt cheap. Then I got, like, Time Splitter's Future Perfect on it. And I played a little bit of Halo 2 before Halo 3 was a big thing. Yeah, I went to, like, other people's houses for Halo 2. And then I briefly played it on my own, and then I never played it again. Yeah, I would maybe play Time Splitters again, because that game is very out there. Although, playing, like, these... As much as I like the second game, like, I don't think I would go back and enjoy the first game, other than showcase the tile set creation. The second game, in theory, I could play it again, but man, going back to that old school aim style, that might be a bit tough, HellCleave. I'll be real with you. Like, ooh. I was like, oh, we're going to the GoldenEye era of 64, like 64-esque first-person shooter. Okay. Feels a little weird zooming in. That's where you could, like, zoom in and, like, angle the gun and do weird stuff like that. I was like, oh my gosh, this is nauseating. Please don't do that. Yeah, Future Perfect was the one where I got upset that the Xbox version was just better than the PlayStation version. That made me actively upset, because I was like, fine, I'll go play it on my Xbox instead of the PlayStation. But the PlayStation version just randomly can't have as many AI, and has, I think, less weapons, too. So whack. Yeah, I know for a long time I was following the Time Splitters Rewind, but I haven't seen updates on that in an eternity. I don't even know if that's still going on. I'm sure I've subscribed. It just hasn't updated in like a year plus. Yeah, I would play it because I didn't. Because I guess that would have been out around the same time as Halo 2. Because I remember just making maps and comparing a lot the Halo series compared to Time Splitters. I was like, man, all they had to do was add like a dodge button. So that way you can emulate what the AI does when they do those crazy side dives, art wheels. That would have been a fun mechanic. Yeah, I remember just being really cruel whenever I did the map making. So I'd have like the AI spawn at like one end of a hallway and then have those trank darts that make people slowly inflate until they explode, a la Blade. I just have the AI try to do a gauntlet through it. Or I did some really creative positioning of platforms so the AI couldn't figure out how to pathfind through it, but like a player could. Those were fun. So I could end up in like all the enemies are like down below. You descend upon them. It's kind of fun. I think I played briefly with like making mission objectives, of course, like the Sultan Siege. Oh, it was fun for what it was. Am I about to get lit up by traps? Felt like I should have got hit by a trap there. Could be the other side. Dango got a photon crystal, nice. Ramps, the AI, I love ramps, also not knowing how to get unstuck when you put ramps back in the back. Oh my gosh, yes. I used to have like they were almost like traps for animals. It was traps for AI. They would just kind of enter in and just not know how to pathfind at all. So I'd purposely put like a really terrible gun within their pathfinding so that they all naturally want to gravitate towards it, and I'm like, gets them every time. And then like they'd be fighting for like this like terrible like 6-bullet pistol or whatever, and then meanwhile they're like in the player only route there's like mini guns all this other stuff up there. I'm like, only the most balanced of encounters, don't worry about it. Open head surgery. Skull buster. Beheaded. That one played a lot. Yeah, I kind of did that because I was curious on like max rank AI. How broken can you make a map and how many kills can you get? I think I got like a 250 kill streak. like yeah, this is fair. This is fair. I love this game. Never change. Oh my gosh, the AI with the banana gun though. It's like, ugh. Like, well, I guess I'm gonna die really quickly. Rest in peace. Banana gun. Goodbye bullets. Goodbye life. Yeah, I don't know if I ever completed all the challenges in those games. I got really far, but I don't know if I got all gold. There were quite a few in each game where I was just like, ugh, trying to complete it. Where I'd just be like 1 kill short or like 1 second short of a timer. And I'm like, man, I gotta do this again. The game flees. Yeah, it would be kind of interesting to see those games come back at some point. Single Night also remind me Perfect Dark. You know what? I bought Perfect Dark way after the fact, and I don't think I've ever played through it. I was messing around with it. I think I did a little bit of just like... I think I did multiplayer. Yeah, it was just the first one. Back on 64. Again, it was one of those things where I just kind of picked it up like ultra cheap because people were getting rid of it. So it's like, I guess I'll take it. It's kind of like how I have a Dreamcast, but I only got a Dreamcast in like the almost PS4 era consoles. So it's like I did not play it when it was fresh at the time. I don't have quite the same memories of it. Oh, there's a nice little trap refill for Dango if he wants it. Otherwise, we'll just keep going. I was gonna say, I did a lot of like quote-unquote couch co-op with those games. Anything that was more kind of split-screen oriented are the kind of games I ended up gravitating towards. Because I usually had 2 or 3 people that I spent time with in person. So that era of gaming is gone as far as I'm concerned. Rest in peace, split screen. And the classic whenever you play one of those games is friendly fire on, followed by like a million shots at the teammate's head. Like, oh, yes it is. Every time. How did that not work? I guess I'll box check for something. I'm assuming I get Photon Crystal. I don't recall if Blue ID gets 13 offhand. I think purple does and white does. Or maybe white doesn't, but it gets it from a drop. My Thursday group does now, just playing older games or random party games they find for cheap. Nice. Yeah, like people try to get me to play Power Stone. Or like Smash 64. Oh no, Dango. We looped around. We went from New Mop-Up 1 to this area. Look at that. I never escaped this room. Or the annoying Zoo Astar combos that are prevalent in this area. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about some of those things. I know I will play Onimusha Dawn of Dreams all day. There are certain games where you're like, do you want to play this? The answer is always yes. Whether people want to watch me play it is another thing, but I have a lot of fun with those games. That game has like one of my favorite co-ops, only second to maybe Sengoku Basara 3 Utage. And to be fair, it's from the same company, and the other one is many years after they've been honing a similar system for like 4 games. They eventually perfected it, quote unquote, where it's still somewhat difficult, but also rewarding. And Utage was something else, chat, let me tell you. Like, if we go to play that on stream at some point, that game is actually just unforgiving. Like, people complain about Lubu in Dynasty Warriors, so like, oh, just till you wait till you see Golden Armor Tadakatsu in that game. Yeah, you just slap Lubu silly. Not even a contest. Lubu's got power. Doesn't really have speed, to be honest. Tadakatsu has both. Sadly, so far no drops. I'll have to think about what the final quest should be. I'd like to wrap it up probably in the next 20 minutes or so. I'll leave it potentially to Dango's discretions. Dango is here. Goodbye, Rappy. Yeah, this quest also enters RBR. It's a lot of walking, so it's like I generally don't prefer it, but it is one of the best SR quests. So you can't knock it. You don't have to like it, even though the numbers say it's good. It is here for a reason, unlike some of the other quests that we played. Fine to me. Yeah, I'm thinking at some point in the future, kind of supplement or complement potentially PSO. Might do some tabletop games because it feels like there's actually a decent overlap between that and people that watch PSO. To get chat on stream at some point. Whether it's like Magic or actual other card games like Red Dragon Inn. Or I know a lot of people here talk about D&D. Ow. Perhaps this die. I don't know if I'd want to host another D&D kind of event though. That's a lot of planning. As someone that works a 9 to 5 and is also streaming, I'm like, I don't mind playing in one, but hosting might be a bit much. One shots are okay to do. I don't mind one shots, but I'm dedicated more to a group off stream. This is some funky music. Interesting. Not what I would have thought for Attack on Titan. Yeah, like literally the Astarks right now, without any bonuses other than drop rate, are basically Mazer Beams. Everything comes back to the Mazer Beam comparison. B101 is slightly harder Mazer Beam. Limiter is Mazer Beam. So in theory, I mean, if you got a Mazer Beam, these would drop the limiters. It could be a bit more annoying to kill than just doing forests and cave clears. Oh, I actually got the photo crystal. Nice. Bonus value, chat. Damn, I think that was like, what, 5 PDs, photon crystal, and a barrier? Not bad value. Considering we're at the 3-hour mark. Yeah. I do miss having people come in and do co-op. I did it with Calvisham a while back when we did it's called A Way Out. Goodbye, Zoo. Hello, Red Laser Gate. I'm gonna activate you. Going to assume it wants me to go over here because every quest wants me to come over here. Found a warp. Where does the warp go? Next to a lot of treasure. Got it. New material? Sure, why not? Okay, let's find the real path. Those were just items. Also, this mini-map is lying to me. It tells me I can walk here, but then there's a giant rock in the way. PSO. Need to have a talk about map clarity. It's like, I wouldn't walk that way if I saw that. Ridiculous. Oh, I see a switch. Oh, I'm touching that switch. I almost guarantee you it's gonna be a terrible camera angle nonsense. Of course it is. The rocks are undetectable, it's true. Maps can't contain the true power of rocks. It's impossible. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, what kind of games would Chout want me to try? I'm just curious. Like, what are things that are like, oh, I wish you would try this. Oh, Del Rappy. This isn't very hard mode. Get out of here. I don't want you here. Stupid Del Rappy. You're in the wrong difficulty. As I said before, I'm gonna try like an actual horror. Like, technically I've played horror games before, but I don't find them scary. I find them more kind of funny. At least when it came to like the Deception series. But I don't feel like I'll have like super strong reactions. But at the same time, I wanted to try something a little different this year. See how it goes. Very intense music for these poor zoos getting murdered by us. All I can think of when I play games like Dynasty Warriors was finding which characters had legit unblockable, unreactable infinites. There's a reason I played Yu Yang for so long in Dynasty Warriors. Like, wait a minute, she has the one-button infinite? That easy? An infinite? They didn't playtest you at all. What were they thinking? What shenanigans and tomfoolery am I witnessing? Kind of like when I played that in Sengoku Basara 3, where I'm like, is there a cap to how many hits get displayed? Let's find out. I think I can hit the max hit count. This character. And then I'm like, yes. Yes, I can. For those that are curious, I think it was in Dynasty Warriors 4 where she appeared first. Her jump triangle literally just loops into itself infinitely. So I guess technically it's a 2-button infinite, I guess. But you only need one attack. So as soon as you hit one enemy with it, it was actually over. They were in the infinite. What a dumb character. I feel like Orochi Warriors, as a spin-off series for Koei, was like so close to what Sengoku Basara was doing, but was still like 3 years behind where their third game was, let alone their fourth game. I was like, damn, it's almost where I want it to be in a Warriors game. It's so close. If only they didn't have really stupid insta-kill supers that you can't parry. It's getting closer. If only you could interact with projectiles in more meaningful ways. If only evade was more interesting. So many things, so close. It's not quite there. Speaking of which, Dango, what would you like as the final quest of the night? Since I am definitely done after this, I'm feeling exhausted. Stop here if you're tired. Nope, that's not a quest name, Dango. I just searched out on episode 1, episode 2, episode 4. It's not there. Yeah, we don't have enough people for Xrd. 2 people Xrd is really brutal. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's like you don't need 4 people if 2 of them are casts, but oh boy, if you try it with 2 people. I learned that lesson already. Retrieve lost Ziggy stamina. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm still feeling kind of iffy from earlier in the week. Right, I took a day off because I wasn't feeling well, and I slept till like 1 o'clock, and then I was like, I'm really bored. I just streamed. I woke up and now I feel like doing something. I don't know, my luck has been very silly, says Dango. Let's do the East Tower. No. No, thank you. I'm gonna say, is there any lame to Argent quests we could do that doesn't take like 5 million years? Oh, there is a quest we could do. We didn't do it today. We'll do it for Dango. I'm gonna switch into a yellow ID though. I gotta unlock my true powers. I think they're on Etsy Bay. Mine's offensive. No. You can't trick me to go back there. No. Listen, there's certain quests I'll always remember the name of. That's gonna be one of them. I have no... Okay, listen. I am not usually an advocate for removing content once it is in there. I genuinely think mine's offensive is a mistake and should be removed. I'm gonna go on that very small pedestal to say that quest is not up to the caliber of any of the last 5 years of custom quests in Ephinea. I don't know why it's still here. Please remove it. Please put anything in its place that has high barans. It doesn't even have to have as many barans. In fact, it could even be technically tuned down. I wouldn't be upset. I wouldn't even complain. I'd be like, good, there's one more quest we can run. Okay, we're going for the true scumbag resets. Just for Dango. Are you guys ready for a dumb reset? Our goal is to kill three Sinnoh Red. Are you ready? For Dango. Might even be able to get in like 2 of those quests before it's 10:20. Shouldn't be very long. All we gotta do is find 2. I think if I remember correctly, it's the other number. Let Dango clear this. I think it's this one. Sinnoh Red? No. This one. This looks more correct to me. I believe the one I'm in will eventually lead to Sinnoh Red. I don't remember if the room Dango is in has a Sinnoh, but I'm pretty sure this one does. Because I was in here earlier and I was like, where is the Sinnoh Red at this quest? Found one. Those little micro steps to dodge. So good. Outplayed, chat. Outplayed start to finish. You can't touch me. Get out of here. Like, even while I'm tired, they're just getting completely encircled. What are they gonna do? Nothing. Sit down. This. Anyway, where was the other Sinnoh Red? Oh, he's still dealing with those. Let's go find out if they're in the first room or not. I'll grab that mine material then. Oh, there's this one. He killed them. Nice. I'm assuming if Dango killed Sinnoh Red 1, then I will reset. That's the whole quest, by the way. You find the 2 Sinnoh Red. I found one. That's all I need to know. I'll do one more reset for Dango. Technically, you can run the whole quest, but we did it once before. It's fine. Nice, nice, nice. There was 2 in the room. Nice. Yeah, I killed the one that was in the next room. I guess I'll let Dango do what he needs to do. I'm going in. Do this to slow them down, I guess. Oops, I keep going that way. You can keep your magic rock, Mula. I care not for you. That was such a good dodge. Anyway. Yeah, so some people will just literally reset this when it's an RBR. It's not my favorite kind of reset. I don't like 2-room resets, generally speaking. I burned out on those in the Christmas fiascos. But I guess I'll go back and help Dango, just dealing with the Sinnoh. Nerf. There you go, it falls before Dango. Gonna be running a bit longer? No. I'm pretty much done. I'm good. I guess I can humor you, Dango, with 1 partial quest. I'll do the first floor of Lost Soul Blade. I'm not doing the full quest though. That I kind of refuse. I don't like floor 2. No worries, retract. It went fine. Marco definitely was the big winner of tonight's stream. I still got some decent value. We're hopefully gonna give Dango something, but Dango the expert dodger. How does Dango do it, Chad? Yeah, lucky is an understatement. I hope somebody clipped that. That was honestly ridiculous. I mean, retract. How many times do you get back-to-back banner? Back-to-back retract. There's nobody in between. It had to unload the banner, and it was like, oh wait, there's another one. Or PSO server. It was that good. It was like, it was out of this world good. Yeah. It's probably never happening again on stream. It was that good. The odds of that happening had to have been in like the hundreds of thousands. Even with that many enemies in the boost, there's no way, because it even had a hit percentage. Oh, Dango getting that last second PD. There we go, we're giving Dango some value. He did it, Chad. Mission accomplished. I like how I just never care. I just walk into like a trap hallway, I'm like, okay. I just pause and just keep walking. I'm just like, oh, it's one of these hallways. I'm like not even surprised. I don't even make comments anymore. Just like, oh, I'm just getting PSO'd right now. Shoutouts to the people playing challenge mode with me and figuring out that pausing the menu stops the annoying, awful BS warps in that challenge mode. Thank you for somebody figuring that out. What a miracle. Oh, I got triple hit there. GG. Thank you, Dango. Yeah, we'll do some challenge mode 1. We definitely gotta get Dango the clear on his Humor. He's been waiting very patiently for it. Unfortunately, Chris just hasn't been free. Like, we could see even, like, today he's not available. It's kind of unfortunate. Hopefully things settle down with him, but we might ask for somebody to fill in for Chris, just so we can finish challenge mode level 2. Because I think everybody else has been free, more or less. I know, for example, I think Tekkium at one point was interested. Like, listen, we'll get you all the way there. The hardest one for me, if nobody knows Ogaflow, it's Ogaflow. Otherwise, it's Gal Griffin. Gal Griffin is such trash. Hate that boss fight. That to me is like the definition of unfun. That is probably the major reason even though episode 2 is much faster and you don't really have any puzzles to deal with, man, I hated Ogaflow in episode 2. Right after really stressful Gal Griffin. So unfair. The Gal Griffin fight is just so tedious. Unironically, I almost wonder if it's worth having, like, maybe this is what the meta is in order to advance it. What if we all just play one force, right? Like, we play the first 3 areas with one force, and we rotate who the force is. So that way, to beat Gal Griffin, we just go Quadra Force. Is that the true secret to not suffering? You just bring Quadra Force for Gal Griffin and be like, yep, we're good. We're moving on. just bring all the forces there. It's fine. Oops, all forces. Bonk. I'll double check if anything was in there. I don't think there. It's Maseta. Episode was so easy and not RNG dependent though. Oh, it was terrible. I remember that one time all I wanted was like a single HP material and we just couldn't get it. Oh, challenge mode. Or we were going over and over again trying to get the weapons for Gal Griffin. And we got like 30 weapon drops and not a single one had percentage. That was such BS. Yeah, it's like all we just needed was just more A-Beast. It would have been fine. Like just any A-Beast. It's like, come on. Instead, it's like a 12-minute tedium fest with the Gal Griffin. And the worst part is, like, as a force, I can't just not do anything or the fight just takes forever. So sad. I remember this used to be the room for me when I was getting items here. Rip Seno Blues. I'd sometimes reset this room. Yeah, episode 1, it's more just kind of... If you run the puzzles back to back to back, it might also not be too bad. Where if every time we play, it's just literally just challenge mode stage 2, like three or four times in a row. So that way people kind of do it once, then they can kind of learn it. And the second, third, and fourth times are just ultra easy. And like, there you go. You're gonna get all your challenge mode weapons today. I think that's maybe how we should have done it as well. Honestly, just play the same stage like 3 times. So that way when you go to replay it, it's like, oh yeah, I remember that. That was annoying last time. Okay, let's see if the Lame to Argent deposit room will give Dango something here. Yes, I definitely want like a Zalor handgun. I could also get a Zalor shot. haven't decided if I wanted slicers from there or not, or if I'll just do J cutters. It really just depends on my tolerance for episode 2, honestly. It's so weird to me that tower is like the second easiest area outside of temple. Maybe it's slightly harder than spaceship. That 40 hit ray gun is so sad. But it was definitely not tougher than Seabed or CCA. That is for certain. I was expecting tower to be like this complete hell climb, and I was like, oh, it's actually easy. I think we almost first tried it. I mostly just got gimmicked out by like one Lily. And then we had the close call with the final epsilon of the quest. Yeah, tower being that easy was really shocking to me, to be honest with you. Especially after the struggle of just trying to like learn Olga Flow and trying to make sure we had exactly enough HP materials. Which is why if we do episode 2 again, I'm just gonna play Phone Newman because I did not enjoy the Phone Oral's low HP. Even though she's very good in most of the run. Tired of not having the HP chat. Although I think if we do episode 1, I'll probably try to reset the Phone Oral. I don't know if I really want to play Phone Newman again into that. There weren't enough like advanced techniques to make it worthwhile, whereas like I remember distinctly in episode 2 Seabed, I was like, wow, this was so much easier with Phone Newman. I'm legitimately doing like 50-60 more damage in a world where I'm only doing like 100 total. Like, oh, suddenly this is way easier to clear with single Kafoi. Casino Road. Sadly though, I believe we are at the end of the quest. Oh, there's still some Sinnohs before then, I guess. We'll go further. The problem is, like, a lot of episode 1 clear is just based off of how much damage you could do, and only the Phone Oral can do damage. Welcome, Amadeus. Hope you're doing well. I am very tired, to be honest with you. Like, I thought it would be more of a factor for caves, like caves being unwinnable with Phone Oral, and there's actually like so much HP material there that I ended up being the tankiest person in the party. It was actually very funny. Like, both attempts, I ended up with like 50 set HP over what the boss needed, or the boss minimum was to survive. I sent out this. Pop some boxes. I could see some advocating for Fomarl in episode 2 just for survival reasons. Honestly, that's kind of a big problem with episode 2. Your damage only really matters on like 2 stages out of 5. And like, it really does matter that you do tech damage to get over their defenses, but then like when you're not in those stages, it feels so bad to have low HP. And again, the big issue we saw before is that Phoneural and Phonumen still die instantly to the stomp. I guess it would be less garbage as Fomarl, I guess. Honestly, like, Ogaflow, you're not doing damage to the boss with techs. If you are, you're doing like 5% of the boss's health, and it's not a really relevant number. Griffin, it's just like, can you survive 130 plus damage? And the answer is usually no with them. Yeah, like Barda speeds it up. Like, don't get me wrong, like Foe Roll can do a lot of damage to Griffin, but having only like 2 chances of survival and any random hit will kill you, and charge will also RNG kill you, is really terrible. It's not very fun. For me as a Force, I was very uncomfortable and unhappy. But let's chat. Oh, right, it's broken. Let's manually switch to Let's Chat. Oh, we'll have to do the 2-game challenge again at some point. So when we go to weapon unlock, chat. While I'm waiting for chat, we'll use this one again. It's been a while since I've seen this. Yeah, no 2-game challenge at the moment. But yeah, challenge mode, the big issue. Episode 1, there's no reason to not be Foe Roll. No boss does enough damage to kill you. You think falls would be an issue, but it is super easy to get HP material and levels. I think you enter falls at like level 27 or something stupid. Like, your level is so far beyond what you would even do in normal play, it's actually funny. Yeah, you're like, wait a minute. you're entering challenge mode episode 1, you're like, wait, I'm not doing this at level 16 to fight falls, or 18? I'm like 24? Okay. Well, then I have enough HP. So, techs somewhat matter there. But yeah, the thing is like, episode 1 is all about Barda. So if you don't have a good Barda, you're bad. So, like, Fomar just feels terrible. Increased Resta range and Shifta doesn't really help, because you don't really want to be using those most of the time anyway, if you can even find them. Like, you might Shifta every once in a while traveling through, but generally speaking, you won't. Unless you happen to be gifted a lot of mono fluids or something. Because you have to remember, Shifta timing is so bad that it's like, you only really pop it if you really, really need it. So, like, if you know for a fact that nobody needs to kill nano dragons, for example, you might be able to shift and get away with it. You'll probably have to help in caves in episode 1 to deal with pan arms. So that could be kind of annoying. But otherwise, yeah, Barda godlike. And it's kind of a shame too that even in Forest, like, getting an actual okay Barda spell is RNG, and I'm like, really? Why? I just don't like the way they design challenge mode. I think just a familiar with episode alone would make a huge difference in my usefulness. Honestly, most of it doesn't matter because most people aren't running at low level. So you have to kind of practice for combos again. And none of the maps are the same as ones that you've played before. So it doesn't really make a difference if you played a lot of episode 1, to be honest. Episode 1 just has less requirements. Like, episode 2 has, like, hard gear checks on Gal Griffin, where it's, like, borderline not worth even attempting if you don't get A-Beast. Or as we saw before, when we get RNG Flower that just happens to be immune to Zond or like Barter or something. It's the actual worst. I can't believe that is allowed. That is actually criminal. Whoever did that, or they're monsters. I don't know why they would allow that in challenge mode. That should be banned. Stupid random murder flower. Being anything other than Mary Carroll is monstrous. Why would they allow that? Yeah. And again, like, episode 1, somebody would have to play with the map anyway. So as I said before, I don't think anything you do in episode 1 matters. Not even your episode 1 knowledge matters. I would say the closest is maybe knowing you could fire trap a slime, I guess. Otherwise, it's like, you're like, oh, right. I, as a ranger, actually physically can't damage Nano Dragon. Like, you're not gonna know that unless you literally just came from, like, low gameplay. Like, you might recall pan arms don't really take damage in general, but then you'll go, oh, right. If you're not, like, ultra boosting and mag feeding, I'm gonna do no damage as raw cast in, like, half of these areas. Which is why it's, like, so much easier just to play Hunter in Episode 1 challenge mode. Where Rangers don't really get to feel like they do anything until the final area. And I think as we joked, like, 3 or 4 times on stream before, genuinely, it's like, you have Hugh Cass, which is the Hunter of choice, and you have Hugh Casil, who's the Ranger of choice. That's kind of not a joke. It is actually legitimate. If you want to play a Ranger, it's so much better just to play Hugh Casil. Like, genuinely, just play Hugh Casil. But hey, it is what it is. Yeah, it's like the range on the sniper doesn't matter when it does no damage. It's like, it in theory is a weapon advantage, but it's not because your stats are terrible. So you'd rather have the ATP. But anyway, chat, that's for another time. So let's go ahead and say goodbye to YouTube. So for those that missed it, I hope you go back, celebrate that ridiculous, ridiculous drop that happened at the beginning of the stream. Honestly, in terms of overall value, this might have been one of the highest period I've ever streamed of somebody getting something. Arguably, the only thing that might be competing with value are the 80 hit calibers that have dropped for players on stream. Otherwise, in terms of just like one run's raw value, it has to be top 5 since I started playing. It was honestly completely ridiculous. So look forward to that if you didn't see that, by the way. It should definitely be clipped. But anyway, that's all for now. Let's go ahead and say goodbye to YouTube. If you did watch to this point in the video or the VOD, I'd like to say thank you again for watching. Hope to see you again next time.